Hey, 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 look at all the people here. Hey, hey, thank you for joining us. We're half an hour at a different time. I'm not going to say we're half an hour late. We're half an hour at a different time.
Can I cook?
Yeah. I mean, try to be quiet. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right, hello everybody. Hello Kinsey, Claire, Mark, Jay, Steve, all the old faces. Armitage, Vicky, how are you? Mark Thorosian, Adam Hudson, Maltese Phil. Mark, I said that. Hello Claire, hello Claire, hello Lucy. Is Lucy there? Which Lucy is that? Let's just see. It's, I guess, Lucy number one or Lucy number two. Okay. Who else do we have here? We got lots of Claires. Anyway, Simon. Anyway, thank you for coming and joining us. I'm in a mixed mood. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not in a good mood. I've already had complaints against me already as the day starts. Yesterday, I had complaints against me for what I'm saying. I'm, saying I'm anti. Yesterday's complaint was a video saying I'm anti-gay. When did that come in? Did that come in? Did I tell you about my anti-gay? They said I was anti-gay. Let me just turn on the lights. Is the light bright enough? Is the light bright enough? How is that? I look like I'm faded. Really, this is maybe not the. This is not the best background. Is this the background? The radio is finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. Did you listen to? How many of you listened to the radio? Listen to Paul. Did you listen to that? We can talk about whether you listen to the radio thing. I mean, this might be my last show because there's been a complaint made against me, and we cannot have complaints made. So a complaint was made against me. That's number one. We could talk about the complaint. I don't know what the complaint was. I wrote back. I said, hey, what complaint? Tell me the complaint, and I'll tell you whether it's whatever it is. And what should a complaint? Did I say anything bad on the radio? Maybe I did. I'm getting a bit reckless, maybe. I mean, reckless to be able to think you can just discuss anything, which you can't. Sorry about that. So we'll find out about the radio, which is Resonance FM. And then I got a video made which accused me of being anti-gay and maybe anti-trans as well. But okay, we can discuss that. It was a video and it was a bit distressing. Did we talk about that? I got a call which said, Lewis, you've got a complaint made. Volume up. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. I got the thing. Can you say volume up to the people? If you can't hear me, just tell me you can't hear me. 32 people watching already. Anyway, so that I'm anti-gay. I don't think of myself as anti-gay. The question is, am I gay? Probably that's the better question. Am I against me being gay? But we have to, I'd like to discuss what it is to be gay, how that fits in to the Lewis Schaffer program. Hold on a second. What do? We got the thing here. We've got the thing here. Anyway, I'm wearing this shirt. You can't tell. Remember, I had a hole in the shirt. Can you see the hole? I hope you can't, because I sewed it up. Because that's the kind of guy that I am. I sewed the hole in the shirt. So we could discuss whether I'm anti-gay or not. I also saw a video which was really distressing. But we're not about being distressing here. We're about all happiness. This is happiness for me. I hope you guys get some happiness from listening to this. You can tell me what happiness you get, and I'll maybe try to do more of it. Okay, I'll try to do more stuff. So who else is in here? So Lucy is here. Lorna is here. Wantanai's music is here. Shanks is here. Show us your mic. I don't know. The problem is my mic cord isn't that long, and I have to stretch it across. Here's the mic. Do you like the mic? My cord is not long. It's not really long enough. I'll have to fix that. Jared is in the house. What constitutes anti-gay? I should let you listen to the video, or how do I listen to the video? How do I play the video, Mr. Producer? I'll play the video for you. But I called up my friend Russ. I've got like 3 friends, and he said, "You look amazing. You look so handsome." So handsome. Thank you, Claire, for saying that. Claire really says nice things about me. You look professional with the mic view. Yes, it looks like I'm actually know that it's kind of like a joke or something. Maybe that's what it is. How about over here? Can we put it there? Yeah, maybe we should put it right there. And I could talk into the microphone. The thing cost me £75. People are allowed to complain, Lewis. As we are, as you are. Don't take it so personally. Well, as you know, Joodles, I take everything personally, as we all do. Don't we all take Maltese Phil? Don't you take it personally, Steve? Mark Thorosian. Don't we take things personally? Anyway, I mean, I don't. It's not that I take it personally. I just see it as a very bad sign when they're picking at me. Okay, let's see if I can find the video. It was on TikTok. It was by that guy who I was told was kind of like a very, I don't know if he's a bad man. I don't know anything about whether he's bad or not, but he says that I'm anti-gay and anti-trans. I'm a bit anti-trans, to be honest with you. I'm totally anti-trans for children, and I'm totally anti-trans for people shouldn't be cutting themselves up. Yeah. It was the Good Law Project. That's what Joodle says. Okay, so how can I look for that? Let me just see if I can look for that, and I'll see. We're building up. This is day 34. Sorry. Okay, I got an apology from Paul because he came late to the show. People are emailing me. I'm like a happening thing. That people are complaining about me is making me a happy thing. Take praise personally, not criticism. Well, I actually believe, and this is something which is very important, is that you learn more from criticism than from praise. And what I did was when I actually not realized I'd become funny. Okay, Phoenix. Hey, Phoenix, how are you? We can talk about that later. Can you remind me later? We'll talk about that because I just want to talk about this for a second. Is that we learn from criticism. If someone says you're being anti-gay, and I don't think I'm being anti-gay, then maybe I've got to change my act. What do you say about that? Right? If someone says you look really pretty in that dress, and you think this horrible dress, then maybe you're looking pretty. Or if they think it's really ugly, Lewis. It's when you're not talking about you that you need to worry. Yeah, I got to talk about me because, I think therefore I am anyway. So I'm going to be looking here for that guy. What's the guy's name? The Good Law Project, right? Where do I find that? Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Not that I think I'm going to be. Good Law. He's the guy who's suing the Supreme Court, whatever. Okay, here it is. Let's just see. We use the law to restrict hate and to bring hope. Injustice is not inevitable. Well, so maybe I'm this. Let's see if there's something. Where's the thing? I don't see this here. Maybe it's an older one. It's an older one. Maybe it is. Okay, let me check here. Good Lewis Schaffer. Okay. It's that stop funding hate. That's what it is. Let's see if it's here. Oh, here. Could be here. Could be here. Could be here. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. I don't know. Anyway, I look really good. Let's see if we can find it on. Where would it be? How would you find it? Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna look for this. I'll be with you in a second, everybody. Instagram. Is it on Instagram? Says my friend there. Instagram.com. Okay. I thought it was on TikTok. That's why I didn't look. I'm not that. There you go. Stop rattlesnakes. So that's from Andrew Doyle. I think he's gay too. So is it, does that make me anti-gay? Let's see if we can find something on this thing. Hold on. Oh my God, there's nothing but bad news. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. But while I'm talking, I cannot read maybe I can read your messages. They've decided they're on GB News. They want to stop GB News because they don't want to hear this discussed on GB News. Okay, and that's their business. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear the BBC either. But I don't want to hear the BBC. But how would I find this on Instagram? That's a good question. Do you know how to find something on Instagram, Director?
Search.
Google. Search. Here it is, right there. Very helpful. Stop funding hate. I should have had this organized beforehand. Okay.
Are you sharing your screen?
I'm not. I don't think they can see this. Can you guys see the screen? I don't think they can see the screen.
Share the screen.
Okay, I'll share the screen. Okay, I didn't know. I did not know. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen in window capture. Okay, I'm gonna be small for a little bit, so you're gonna have to deal with Lewis Schaffer being small, and then I'm gonna window capture. I'm gonna go over to here for window capture. Automatic. What does automatic mean? Settings for window capture. Google. Chrome. Could that be it? That could be it. Yeah. Can you see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at this and to see maybe this was an older one where I came out as anti-gay. I just want to say something, and I've said this my entire life. I am not gay. I'm not gay. I think this is it. This is a different one. This is me wearing a blue tie. Maybe this one. This is.
Hear it. You need to press the audio.
I need to press the audio.
You need to wear headphones.
And I need to wear headphones. Okay, I'm putting on headphones. I'm pressing the audio. This is a bit different. This is different. This is from. When is this from? This is from. Hold on a second. We can't hear that. We're okay.
On the thing.
Get everything middle class. That's really loud. That's really loud. A bit too loud. How do I lower the loud?
You can't on Instagram.
Okay, is this let women teach and they hate kids. It's a female feminist woman's party, so of course they're gonna lie. This whole I find what I say really funny. Are you listening to any of this? This is real. Someone's posted this about me. Do you like the tie? Thing is by some woman. This woman is saying that all this murdering and abusing of essaying of women is going on, when the truth is men aren't getting married, men aren't going on dates, women are incredibly jealous of everybody and everything. Middle class women of a certain age obviously being attracted to this guy who's a killer. They love killers. Women love killers. What is it with them? Women shouldn't work. They should stay at home. They let women teach and they hate kids. It's a female feminist woman's party, so of course they're gonna lie. This whole thing is by some woman. This woman is saying that all this murdering and abusing of essaying of women is going on, when the truth is men aren't getting married, men aren't going on dates, women are incredibly jealous of everybody and everything. Middle class women of a certain age obviously being attracted to this guy who's a killer. They love killers. Women love killers. What is it with them? Women shouldn't work. They should stay at home. They let women teach and they hate kids. It's a female feminist woman's party, so of course they're gonna lie. This whole thing is by some woman. This woman is saying that all this murdering and abusing of essaying of women is going on, when the truth is men aren't getting married, men aren't going on dates, women. Okay, did you hear that? Let me see what else is going on in this thing. What else is going on? All right, so what did you think about that, everybody? You are really funny, says Claire. At least, what does Judel say? Judel is not going to be happy with this. She's not going to be happy with this. Because it's what Lewis Schaffer says, and it's what Lewis Schaffer kind of believes. You know, that's not the anti-gay. That's anti... Am I anti-women? Maybe I'm anti-women. I could be anti-women. Let me see if I can find the thing. I can't find the thing. Maybe they didn't put it up. Maybe it's not up. It's not up. Where would it be? Anyway, so that's this thing. That's this thing. It's I mean, I hope I'm not coming across as anti-women, but because women are really sensitive, and I want women to like me. I want them to go on dates with me and flirt with me and be happy, basically. So that was that. What did you think about that? Off of FF's Lewis, it's a comedy show. Well, I know it's a comedy show. It's a comedy show, but the last show that I was on was also a comedy show, and they got all upset that I was saying, this is like, let's bring down GB News. Let's bring down GB News, okay? And I love GB News. Let's see what this thing says.
Matthew, you're lost.
That's not this thing. You don't know. So, this is not the one that I was looking for. The one that I was looking for says that I'm anti-gay because I said that, you know, gay is, we need people to get married and have kids. We need people to get married to have kids. That's what I think. And even though maybe I don't really believe it, but you know, maybe I do believe it. I mean, people, I don't know what I believe. What do you believe I believe? Anyway, that's really bad. This stop funding hate, and then the other thing is hate not hope, or that's what it is. Hate not hope. You know, I don't want to be. Hate not hope. Lewis Schaffer. Let's see if there's anything for Lewis Schaffer. I've become almost famous, so I want to thank you for listening to me. If you can't be with Lewis Schaffer because of this, I don't hate you for that. I don't hate you for that. Okay, there's nothing there. Lewis Schaffer video today, I guess, or yesterday. Where is this thing? Where is it? I can't find it. It's like a nightmare. I can't find it. GB News. I can't find it. Anyway, so that is. Can you give me another second just to find the thing? Life of Brian. Steve Cuff. Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, Lewis Schaffer. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't go there. Who is Nick Lowe's? Who's Nick Lowe's? Give us a kiss, Lewis, says Chris King. Giving you a kiss. If you were here, I'd kiss you right in the mouth, full lips. I would, but I hate gays. But I'm giving you a kiss. See, they could clip that little bit out where I said I hate gays between the time I'm saying I'm going to kiss Chris King on the lips. You know, because that's the way it's done. It's done. I mean, I don't mind. I don't want to be famous. People say, Lewis, you're not famous. You're not a good comedian. You're not really a funny person because you're not famous. I don't care. I don't want to be I like this. All the people here, most of you guys know me and like me. I hope you like me. I hope you like me. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Let's just see what's going on here. Can I continue to search for this? Could it be Lewis Schaffer TikTok? Can I search for this? You can't be anti-gay when you're such a big fan of Andrew Doyle. He's totally gay, and I went to his wedding. You know, I tell him I should put up the video that I sent my gay friends who are married, telling them not to be gay. What's going on here? 7 days ago? Could this be what it is? Could this be? It could. Oh, this is on disability. I blame my mom for being gay. Andrew knocking me over. This could be this one here. Okay, let's listen to this one here. Can we listen to this one here? Can you see this? Okay, you know what the number one cause of homosexuality is?
Older brothers.
My mom. Here's a more reasonable explanation. What happened is the first child gets all the mother's attention. She loses the affection of the father. The father loses the affection for the mother. She turns the affection on the second child, and the second child suffers from too much mother syndrome.
This is what you had, you feel, the mother.
This is what I had. I was a second.
Because that was what.
Okay, you know what the number one cause of homosexuality is?
Older brothers.
My mom. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? Are you seeing that? Let me just say allow all. Let me just get it. I'm in there with this. Here's a more reasonable explanation. What happened is the first child gets all the mother's attention. She loses the affection of the father. The father loses the affection for the mother. She turns the affection on the second child, and the second child suffers from too much mother syndrome.
This is what you had, you feel, the mother.
This is what I had. I was a second.
Because that was what.
Okay, you know what the number one cause of homosexuality. There you go. I think that's the essence, right? That's the essence. I mean, the problem is, it's like the same thing with the disability thing. They say Lewis is against disabled because he said this. And then then people go, well, Lewis Schaffer said a lot of things and he probably doesn't believe that one. And then they go away, I think. Excellent work. I'd be proud of all those clips. Yeah, I am actually. I look a bit fat in the last one, but I'm proud of it. Is this the best of Lewis Schaffer episode? Well, maybe it should be. My friend Russ, he always says I should get a clip together, but I'm so unindustrious. I'm unindustrious. Keith is here, famous to 45. Yeah. Okay, we're at 45. That's really good. So, and Jay Evans is here. We got all the people. I don't know if you're my friends or not. I haven't had the complaints against me, but you can make it a complaint. He didn't love me enough. He said he would love me forever. He doesn't love me. Whatever it is. Claire C. always comes in with the punch. You're brilliant, Lewis. And hot. And hot, that's all I want to be told. I'm hot. I don't. And I've lost. Have you noticed how thin I am? You probably can't even tell how thin I am. Full screen. Can you see how thin? I'm down. I lost a bit of weight. Again, this is like 5-6 days. Fat Lewis Schaffer was funnier. Bring back Fat Lewis. You know what, Jedster? I'm not the only one who has said that. People like the fat. I don't care. Yeah, I've gotten into more trouble the thinner I get. That is totally true. Because people take what I say seriously. When I'm fat, they don't care. People don't care, but I want to be thin. I want to be thin. If you don't like me at my best, you can, what's that? What do they say? If you don't like me at my best, you can't have me at my worst. That's what I say to these people. But Lewis, if I ever get to meet and greet people at, say, Buckingham Palace, you may have to kiss someone like Macron on the cheek. It's a respectful. He's not bad looking. And he's gay too. Is he gay? I don't know if he's gay. Is he gay? Daryl M. is here. Hey, Daryl. Jim Johnson, all the way from North Texas. I'm back from airing up all the tires on my daughter's car. Do we need to know that? No one cares. No one cares. They care. I don't even know they don't even care about Lewis Schaffer. You'll always be special, Steve, says Joodles. Where's Steve? Where did Steve go? Anyway, are you carb-free, Simon Arnold? There you go. A round of applause. Because that's what we've got to do. I'm carb-free, and look at how, I'm not saying I look great. I'm 68 years old, but Lewis is saving his best highlights reel for the 100th stream. You know what? If you remind me, I will put it together. 100th stream. Basically, all the funny stuff is the stuff that my enemies, if you call them my enemies, have put together. Yeah. So, hey, Steve Cuff is there. Steve Cuff is there, and Zingo. Welcome, Zingo. It's good to see you back, Zingo. Zingo, we got 50 views. I care. Well done, Daddy. Thank you. You're not calling me Daddy. Are you calling me Daddy? No, you're calling somebody else. Judas is calling Jim Johnson Daddy. What about Lewis Schaffer? All right, I'll have to find someone else to be the daddy for. I like being the daddy. Most of the time, I'm the little baby. I'm the bad because I'm very immature. I hope you all lovely people are well. See, this is the American. You've become American, Marianne McCara Fitzpatrick. You come in and you say, hey, good to see you all. British people, we don't do that. Do British people do that? No, I'm not interested. I agree. I felt best when I was carb-free. You feel great. You don't get bloated. You're not farting. You're not burping. Everything is great. It was yesterday's show. We discussed that. You won't put together anything. Yeah, you're right. You're right. As I was writing that, I knew I wasn't lying exactly. I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to put together something for the 100th stream, Lewis. But this is why I'm not famous. One of the reasons I don't want to be famous and I don't want to have to do the work. Okay? It could be the carbs turning people gay, Lewis. Well, possibly. Carbs, I'm not saying this directly. Let me have a little gap in the thing, but, possibly trans. Mark J says 19 likes. Get in there and like this thing. So is it logarithm or algorithm? Mr. Producer. What is it? Is it a logarithm? Anyway. Yeah, carbs cause mental illness. They are all friendly in Peekskill. Yeah, because it's not Poughkeepsie. And it's better than Beekman. I don't know. I just made that up. Often the missus asks me to pump her tires, Chris King. Strange, because she hasn't got a car. I like those kind of jokes. Does that mean he's offensive, Chris King, because he's Making a joke? No. Hi, Northern Ireland from London, North America. Where is London in North America? I know where New London is. That's in Connecticut. But I don't know where London is in North America. I love a good fart, Lorna Hutchison says, while hugging someone tight. Yeah. Lucy, this is Lucy. Have you seen how rough Paul Saladino is looking, Lewis? I did notice that. I haven't seen him in a little bit. Why is he eats a high carb diet? He believes in fruit and honey and that sort of stuff. Is that what you're saying? Does any of you know who Paul Saladino is? I actually followed him quite closely, and then he said that that carbs can make you happier. You should eat the meat. Eat the meat. Okay. Don't mention logs, Lewis. We covered that yesterday. Yeah. I mean, after I felt bad about it because it's like. I just feel I can say anything, right? We can all say pretty much anything. Anyway, I haven't seen how bad. Let me Google Paul Saladino. Can I Google Paul Saladino? I'm going to Google Paul Saladino. Okay. First of all, he's not as young as he used to be. You know, that's number one. Paul Saladino. He kind of has a broken nose like I do. He lives in Costa Rica or something. He's one of these people. He's one of these international people. And his dad was a doctor, and he became like a doctor in training, and then became a doctor, and then stopped doing it just to say he was a doctor. I mean, I respect a lot of what he says. I followed him from the very beginning, and then another guy that I followed, Frank Tufano. Do you know who he is? Let me just see if I can find a better picture of Paul Saladino. Let's see if I can find it. Where would it be? Images. Yeah, he's trying to look good. Here's a picture of Paul Saladino. Can you see this? Does he look bad? Remember how old he is. He's not young. I can't look at the screen yet. Let me look at the screen. Where did I see you play Brian Mulrooney? I missed that. Yeah, I played it in The Crown. I don't know what episode it was, but he's got a great body. Look at his body. And they think he's 45. How old is Paul Saladino? Age, Paul Saladino. I think he's 47. 48 years old. He's 48. At 42, you could say he looks horrible, but at 48, he looks old, basically. Do you find him handsome? I think he's really good looking, but I mean, not in a gay way. I'm not gay. I'm anti-gay. I am so not gay. People who've called me gay, people who've maybe met me in the boys' bathroom at the Boston Comedy Club have called me gay. People who meet me on Grindr call me gay. But I am not gay. I am so far not gay that I am anti-gay. I am anti-gay. That's funny. Let me just find out what people have said. What have people said? So that's that. Full screen. Oh, you didn't see it. You didn't see that. Window capture. You didn't see it. Let me replay the picture. Let me replay it. Hold on a second. I'm going to replay it. That's his age. You can't see his body. Let me pull up an image of him so you can see what he looks like. This is. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see this guy's 48 years old? He looks amazing. We're going to find out what she says about him. This is the worst picture here. Let me just pull this. How can I pull this over here? Yeah, he looks all right for 48. He looks all right. Okay, there we go. Let's get back to here. What did you think? People who meet me on Grindr call me gay. That's pretty funny. Are you making? It's pretty funny. They call me gay, but I'm so far not gay. I'm anti-gay. I'm a homophobe. True story. I was in my office. This is what Maltese Phil says, looking out at the windows towards the sea. Okay, because when there was a huge fart, not me or my colleagues. It was a guy in the hotel balcony opposite. World's loudest fart. Where do you live? Do you live in Valletta, or did you say you live in Rabat? Women like all those muscles, yeah. But they don't like a lot of muscles. Do they like muscles? I don't have any muscles, but I'm going to have muscles. Do women, no, Hugh is asking a question. Do women like those muscles? Do you like those muscles? I think they'd rather have muscles than no muscles. And if you're going to be ugly, you better have no muscles. You know? Can we not discuss farting? Because I don't fart, so let's make it something that I'm interested in. If you're farting, it's just telling me you've got a really bad diet. A choice between you and that guy, I would choose you. You are way hotter. He's a poser. Thank you very much, Claire. See, this is what I need to hear this. I need to hear. I live in Malaya, work in Bergabia. Where is Malaya? Because I've been all over the island. I haven't been in Gozo. Is Malaya in the north part of the island? Towards the west? Because we were staying in, what was that town we were staying in? Mabak? M something? It's only the muscle that counts. I'll post a photo on the Discord. Post a photo of where you stay. Not though. People will hunt you down. Whip your dumbbell out, Lewis. Where is my dumbbell? I had it right here. Can I find it? I should be working out. Lewis, show the picture I DM'd you. Oh, Malaya. It's in. Where is the picture of what? The picture of the. What picture wasn't a picture of me? Was it a picture of me that I sent you? A naked picture of me. Would you like naked pictures of me? Should I send out naked pictures of me? No. I would. I don't, because I got a little bit of that skin, that Iggy Pop skin. You know, the Iggy Pop skin. Okay? Don't care, just nice eyes, good sense of humor, and not a psychopath. Well, that, I guess, rules me out. Do you guys consider me a psychopath? I'm a bit of a psychopath. I've been called a psychopath. I've been called a sociopath. You know, I'm anti-gay. I'm so not gay. I'm anti-gay. So that's that. Did you enjoy the live stream, to see the live stream? You prefer a bigger picture? No, women don't ask for much. Yeah, that's what they say. They want everything. But if they love you, they'll tolerate a lot of stuff. They'll ask for everything, but if a woman loves you, they will tolerate. That's all. That's what it is. Women, I mean, can women tolerate? They don't even tolerate, because they don't even see the ugliness in a guy, because they're so focused on the loveliness. And then when they stop loving you, write this down. When they stop loving you, then they see the horribleness. And you tell them, the north part heading towards, I should check out this thing. I'm going to pull up a map of, there's my boyfriend. He's great looking. Can you see this? Let's look up Malta. Malta map. Okay? Can we see Malta? Okay. Can you see this? Malaya, yeah, I've been up there. That's where I was. I mean, there's a bit of Magar. I was in Magar. That's where I was, in Magar. And I went down to Rabat, and then we were in, we walked all the way from here to there and everywhere. I mean, the problem is it's built up, and it's going to be invaded by Africans, and something bad is going to happen. It's happening now. It's happening across the world. Everybody's invading whoever. So that's where you live. You live in, how do you pronounce that? Is it Malaya? Is that what it is? It's Malta. Malta. I love the Italian history, the Arab history, the old buildings. I enjoyed it. I enjoy deserts. I mean, Lewis Schaffer is like the PR person for Malta. I am sorry if I am the PR person for Malta. What is this thing here? Okay, let's go back a step. Let's keep Malta photo in the background. Okay, Malta photo. I don't have time to go to Malta right now. I don't have the money. I don't have time. It's the end of the world in this country. Can you see that? Can you see that? Visit Malta. This is Valletta, but there's lots of other places there. There's lots of other places. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Share about this image. How come it's in the corner there? I want it to take over the entire page. 30 incredible photos. Beautiful Malta, Valletta, Malta beaches. Yeah, how about this? Let's keep this in the background. Let's keep this in the background. Okay, there we go. We're back on track. Oh, that wasn't even... You didn't even see it. How about this? This is Malta. This is Malta. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm sold on Malta, Lewis. Yeah, go visit Phil. I ate horse. Where did you eat horse? Horse is delicious. I've never eaten it. I don't even know why I'm saying it. I love rabbit. I've eaten it once. I don't. The Rafimeo people I met on Grindr call me Gay Boaha. Gay Boaha was like a gay brother. Maliha, says Chris King. It's really nice. So that's the question. So this video that I have, I got to find the video. You know what I can do? What I can do is, okay, I'm gonna go full screen so I can search Columbus. Could you do me a favor and watch this? Because I'm gonna go on my whatchamacallit account. I'm gonna go on my WhatsApp. Let me see if you can see my WhatsApp. Let me just go see if you can see my WhatsApp. No, you cannot see the WhatsApp. Can you see the WhatsApp? No. No WhatsApp here. Let me see the image that was sent to me by my friend when she said, I was really angry at you because you're on GB News and you're saying horrible, horrible things. Horrible, horrible things. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Can we hear what is homosexuality? What is trans world? What is all this stuff? It's all about not having children.
The bisexual increase, in particular, indicates that it is a social contagion.
Big woke LGBT.
Where they can see it. Can you look at it right now? Because I'm afraid I might have some kind of horrible thing on there.
Well, they will see what's ever on Google Chrome.
Okay.
Q plus agenda.
They're basically admitting. How about that? That in order for us to hire this LGBT plus person, we've got to promise them one day off a week because they're lazy.
Rainbow, zebra crossings, pedestrian crossings. Goodness gracious me, honestly, this world is going mad.
Ramming very hardcore LGBT or woke or race-related issues down the throats of young children.
David Lammy is embroiled in a row over his bisexual flag. I'd tell him to shove it where the sun don't shine, but he'd probably just enjoy it.
Indoctrinating kids with hijabs and LGBT ideology.
When I see the LGBT flag flying behind the Arsenal goal last week, broadcast to millions, I think I had exactly the same feeling that Jesse Owens would have felt in 1936 when he saw the swastika.
Okay, here it's the big deal is we don't want homosexuality.
Okay. The rainbow flag with all the different bits. Now, for me, that's offensive.
Look at how good looking I am. So what is homosexuality? What is trans world? What is all this stuff? It's all about not having children.
The bisexual increase, in particular, indicates that it is a social contagion.
Big woke LGBTQ plus agenda.
They're basically admitting that in order for us to hire this LGBT plus person, we've got to promise them one day off a week because they're lazy.
Rainbow, zebra crossings, pedestrian crossings. Goodness gracious me, honestly, this world is going mad.
Okay, we'll just watch the end of this thing. I'm sorry.
Ramming very hardcore LGBT or woke or race-related issues down the throats of young children.
David Lammy is embroiled in a row over his bisexual flag. I'd tell him to shove it where the sun don't shine, but he'd probably just enjoy it.
Indoctrinating kids with hijabs and LGBT ideology.
When I see the LGBT flag flying behind the Arsenal goal last week, broadcast to millions, I think I had exactly the same feeling that Jesse Owens would have felt in 1936 when he saw the swastika.
Okay. All right. Hey, Jenny 107 is 1007 is here. So that was that. So what do you make of that? Let's have a discussion.
The big deal is we don't want.
That. Let's have a discussion about that. Let's have a discussion about that if you want to. Oh, look at that! There's a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio being fat. That's really good news. That's not good news. It's bad. It's bad news. Anyway, so let's go to the stop. Joe went to Malta. Malta has become expensive, Phil. Okay, what about X? What about this is Malta. I'm going to stop talking about Malta. The police horses hated the rainbow crossings. Zebra crossings. Yeah, they couldn't cross. It's bad. It's not healthy. But who cares about humans? Let's just care about somebody's feelings and say it's okay to do that. That's how you know it's not okay, when they go out of their way to tell you that it's okay. Don't sun the sun. Mark J. Leo is brutal on the lamb chops there. I don't know what that means. That's one of those things. Can we talk in English when this is an English program? I don't really understand it. Lewis, of course you have the right to be taken out of context by other people. That's true. That's actually quite brilliant, Keith. That I have the right to be taken out of context. Right to be is that funny, Columbus? I mean, whatever your name is, to be taken out of context. Okay. Yeah. As Steve Cuff says, they shouldn't have had them reading books to kids in school. Yeah, that's true. It shouldn't be there. Why are we pushing this on kids? Because they hate our children. They're not doing this in they're doing it in whites, whatever it is. I agree with Harry Miller. Was that Harry Miller? Was that the guy on the thing? Bloody gooners. What is that about? Anyway, so that was the video. And it was like, you can't hang out with me because of this video. This is a friend of mine. This is how a very good friend over the years, a really good friend, someone I've known for 20 years. What do you make of that, producer?
I'm not here.
You're not here.
I'm busy.
He's busy. Imagine how many hours they have to hate watch GB News in order to compile all these videos. Yeah, well, then maybe they're being punished. And that's what's good about these shows. That's why these shows are 3-4 hours long. Why? Because they'd have to watch Lewis Schaffer for 4 hours. I'm giving you the finger. Am I allowed to do that? I'm not sure. Nobody will ever convince me this is not yeah. I can't say that because I'm going to be demonetized. But yeah. A PDF charter. Joodles says that. Yeah. Yes, agreed, Joodles. Yeah, it's beyond that. It's way beyond that. It's even worse than that. It's not just about that. It's about let's kill the society that we're living in as punishment for being successful all those years. That's what it is. It's not just about the PDFs. Did you read about Stephen Ireland? Yes. Yeah, Joodles. Are you talking to Joodles? Sorry about that. Yeah, I started reading Harriet Potter, then A.A. Milne, then Enid Blyton. Happy days. Yeah, they were good times. Enid Blyton lived right down the road here, across the way in East Dulwich. Still a ridiculous comment from that man. What comment is that, beautiful Lucy? So you got 47. We're moving on up. Things are good. Maybe this is going to help my career. As Keith says, Lewis, people, you have the right to be taken out of context. That's what Keith says. The right to be taken out of context. I love that. Who are you calling? Oh, Daddy, the Big Daddy there. Big Daddy. Okay. Or are we smart? Enjoy feeding back better? Maybe. Okay. Anyway, apparently, this is according to what Adam Hudson says. Good to see you, Adam. Apparently, the rainbow crossings do not meet accessibility requirements and are currently being challenged in court. Yeah, which side do you stand for? You know, people who maybe can't see that well, about to be run over in a car, or, you know, just letting everybody know that it's okay to, you know, that's ridiculous. Now, you know what this is doing to me? It's making me hate. I mean, I hate it already. You can't say. I should play the video that I sent my friend where I said gay people don't get married. Some people are voluntarily becoming robotic, judgmental filters because they think they'll be rewarded by their virtue signaling bosses. Yeah, bunch of losers. Don't be a loser. I don't think I look that good. Yeah. Which side do you stand for? With my back to the wall. Yeah. Which side do you stand for? I guess I got to stand for your side. Yeah. That's what Steve Cuff says. You're screwed. They want us to believe. They're going to knock us down. They're not going to knock us down. Knock us down. They're going to lie. They're lying to us. Personally, I've always been skeptical about guys who were involved with children. Obviously, not everyone, but yeah. Yeah, personally. Yes, Adam. Spooks horses, slightly sight impaired, and goes against every bit of health and safety. It's all shocking how hard this is being pushed. It's shocking. And you have to say, what political party is pushing it? It's the Tories and the Labour. And the Tories are saying, we're not pushing it. Yeah, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. They're all pushing it. And maybe even, I saw a very interesting video about Nigel Farage. It didn't say nice things about him and helping us, but I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Everyone should cancel their licenses. Yeah. Well, I mean, or not, stop using the BBC. I've been told if you should cancel it. You should say, I don't watch the BBC. Leave me alone. Labour, Tories and Labour are the uniparty. Unfortunately, there are two parties now. There's the Tories and Labour, and then there's the Muslim party. The Lib Thems posted a whole happy non-binary day for F's sake. Yes, this is what Jude will say. Yeah, you want to be non-binary, whatever that means, you do it. You don't force your kids to do it. You don't sell it to the kids. You don't sell it to anybody because it's, whatever. Lewis, Leo, and Dubes and Patrick. What a lineup. Yeah, I'm honored to be with these guys. Some things are entirely worthy of hate. Well, I'm beginning to be filled with hate. Are you being filled with hate, Jim Johnson? Okay? No, sorry. Jedster asked that question. Are you being filled with hate? Because you say some things are worthy of hate. Language, says Keith, is a medium of communication that can't be controlled. Truth, good and love will prevail. Yes, truth and love. How will I watch EastEnders? Unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. But how can you watch EastEnders? It's the bleakest Britain ever. I think. I couldn't watch EastEnders. Okay. Joodles, who always has a very good comment. It's mental, Kinsey. I've a handful of beans. I'd be happy to sell them. Yeah. What does that mean? That's from that thing. What does that mean, Joodles, exactly? It's all UN 2030 stuff, which is just 5 years from now. 5 of the goals were about DEI stuff and gender CRAP. Yeah. The GB News Party. Unfortunately, there's lots of people in the GB News who are Tories or even Labour. Yeah, I don't know. I like watching them. I haven't been asked on the program. Again, we'll see if I get asked on the program. How come the partially sighted never trip over those damn bumps they put on the pavements, whereas I've almost tripped into traffic several times? Because they know to pick their feet up, maybe. That's my answer. You, Jared. Anyway, so Maltese Phil says, I think as I've gotten older, I have less patience. Some call it hate. Yeah, maybe. Well, we remember what this country was like. I remember what it was like 25 years ago. And maybe I still believe a little bit. I believe I can say whatever I want to say. Kinsey asked, isn't Ofcom is a singular, not a plural. Isn't Ofcom, I would say it's a singular. A lot of questions in this country. Isn't Ofcom investigating the BBC over that documentary? They're not. They're part of the BBC. It's the same team. They're not even caring about this, Kinsey. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm not pointing at you, Kinsey. I'm not pointing at you. Kinsey is correct. The BBC get to mark their own homework. That's true. That's a good point. I forgot all about that. So it doesn't even matter if Ofcom doesn't investigate the BBC. And the BBC has their own fact-checking thing, even though they're incredible propagandists, which is a kind of a lie. Exactly, Jim Johnson. This is what Judel says, always has something nice to say. Mr. Mino, which is a YouTube channel, did a whole video on primary school children having this shoved down their throats. Yeah, it's horrible. Do you know something about Lewis Schaffer? He's against state-run schools. Sorry, I'm against the state-run healthcare. I'm against the BBC. state propaganda. I'm against state schools. I'm for independent schools. Okay. Paul Morris, hello from my temp Alberta local bar. 11 a.m. here, so I'll allow a quick one. I mean, bad, Paul, but all right. That's what you do. You want to do. I don't know what you do. Don't do that. Hate is a very important human emotion, Jedster. This is what Jules says. Yeah, hate's important. Canada has our own crazy brother communications. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I hear really bad things. They're letting in like millions of people every year into a very small country. Garrett says, I've got a gammy leg and can't pick up my feet up. You're anti-limp, and I'm going to complain. Yeah, maybe you're anti-limp. I'm anti-limp. I am anti-limp. Don't take it personally. I used to limp. I had gout and plantar fasciitis and arthritis in different places. So there you go. So that should never be allowed, says Mark J. Bias shouldn't be allowed its own scrutiny. Why not? It should always be done by outside scrutiny in regards to the BBC. I disagree. Close the BBC. Close the BBC. That's what I shouldn't even be saying that. I'm a guest in the country. There's not enough scrutiny. It's the state-run propaganda. Where is the scrutiny going to come from? Come on. It's not going to come from anywhere. Adam Hudson says, we need to hold back as much of our money as possible. I stopped council tax first 3 months until they answered my freedom of information with various questions about where the money is going. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying don't pay your taxes. Nothing happened. Nothing happened after 3 months. Let's see. Wantanai says, I've heard Lewis to be abusive about spices. I will complain about that. Yeah, I don't like spices. Really bad on spices, but I sometimes have a little spice. I don't add any spices. My heart's in Alberta, says Keith, and you are at the Calgary Stampede. Are you at the Calgary Stampede, Paul? Hi, Pete's made it. Thank you. Good evening, Lewis. Yeah, I guess it is evening. It's 6:22. It doesn't feel that way, but it's going to feel that way soon because night just falls. It falls, I guess. I'll have nothing to do. I'll have nothing bad to say about smoked paprika. I don't even think paprika is a spice. I don't even know what paprika is. He's in Edmonton. Yeah, that's right. You're in Edmonton. LG, laughing gas. What does LG mean, Pete's Transport? Yeah, so that's this point, which is Lewis Schaffer is so anti-gay, is so not gay. I'm anti-gay. That's number one. I'm anti-gay. And as for trans things, I mean, who doesn't like to lie in your bed? Like my joke, who doesn't allowed to lie in your bed naked and push your boobs together? Maybe shave one leg. That's another old joke, which is not mine. So what are you saying there? Jared says, I found out that I'm allergic to black pepper. I always wondered what it was until now. Yeah, well, black pepper are seeds, and seeds are toxic. You should not eat any seeds, basically. And so everything is a bit toxic. All seeds are a bit toxic, including almonds and walnuts and whatever. Why did the Tory lose his spine? For what team? World, Wef Brown. To get, is that what you're saying, Jim Johnson? Yeah. Milo Yiannopoulos recently acquired gout. He could probably use some of your dietary advice. Did he really? He's so young, or was young. It's rather dull here. Been raining a bit as well. Not summery at all, Pete's Transport says. But it's, but it's still, was it hot today? It's 23 degrees out and windy, so it's pleasant. It's pleasant. And I keep the windows open at night. That's what you got to do. So I also got a complaint about the radio show, but I don't know what the complaint is. So I sent them an email. I said, what did they say? What did they say? What am I supposed to say? No, I did not do that. I did not do that and that. I did not do that. Mark J, send some of the rain, Pete. Basically. So that's what it is. So I wonder how Bognor is. Is that Bognor Regis? Who's in Bognor Regis? I've always wanted to go there. I think I've been there. I've been in all those towns driving around. I've been here for 25 years. And I've done lots and lots of gigs in places. A lot of times not really well liked, but all is good. Okay, what we're going to do is we've been here an hour, so we're going to take a 5-minute break. Are you ready for a 5-minute break, everyone? Are you ready? Should I play something on my on the thing here? Maybe I should play something. Should I play this here? I should play something. Let me see what we can play. Is there any ideas of what we can play? Any idea what we can play? Let's see what's on YouTube. And we'll play something on YouTube. Tuesday, you want to see about Iran. You want to see about hair loss drug to cure baldness. You want to see Greta Thunberg hits the wall. Are we allowed to play that? I don't know if I'm allowed to play that. You punch the police equals no jail. What about the black belt barrister? You'll get a strike, just leave it alone. Okay, that's what somebody says. I'll get a strike, just leave it alone. So I'm not going to play anything. I'll leave this up. I will, I'll leave it here. Okay, and then you could think about Malta while I take a 3-minute break. Okay. 3-minute break. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay. Thank you. I'm back. This is 5 kilograms. This is 5. I should use this. I don't use it at all really, but I've got it here. I'm going to start using it. How quick, Lewis? Jim Johnson asked, how quickly did your arthritis clear up when you changed eating? Well, the question is, what is arthritis? Because I had this thing. I couldn't move my shoulder. It was horrible. I had to sleep like this. I had trigger finger. I had gout, which is a form of arthritis, gout. And I had plantar fasciitis, which I think is maybe possibly gout. It took a couple of months, 3 months, 2 months. I mean, pretty damn quick. I don't get this anymore. I should show you this. Let me show you what I have. Hold on, I'm going to show this to you. I don't have to show it to you, but I said I was going to show it to you. So I'll show it to you. Where is this thing? Here's a box of drugs. I got a whole box of drugs, which I never take anymore. I don't take that. Okay, let's see. So it took about 3 months. Alan, has Lewis been on holiday? What am I looking at? No, I went there once, and I think it's a fantastic place. Let me find this. I've got a box of this. I've got a box of all the drugs that either I got or that girl I was living with, because I'm not gay. I mean, a little gay. You want to see inside Lewis's drug thing of all the problems that he had? He had a lot of problems. Where is what I'm looking for? It's not here. Anyway, here's zinc. I don't take any zinc. What is this thing here? This is not mine. Anyway, I can't find it. What I had, I don't know where the thing went. Here it is. It doesn't look like mine. But I took a little kitchen thing, the stuff you scrape, kitchen scraper, right? Yeah, hoarding medicine. I hoard everything. And I had to put it on my finger. Now I don't even remember which finger it was on. But I had to put it on my finger to prevent it from... I had to sleep with this thing. Can you see this? You probably can't see it. But it's got tape. It's the... What do you call that? Green scrub thing. How's one a little gay? You could be a little gay. You could, occasionally gay. You could be very gay for a short period of time. Or I don't even know why I'm joking like this. Anyway, so, and I put this thing on my hand. Okay, this was about 8 years ago, so I've been holding on to it. Like there. Can you see this? And that protected me from that. Otherwise, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, I'd have this thing like this, right? And then it would break open. It wouldn't even break open, and I'd be in incredible pain. Yeah, incredible pain. Let's see what people are saying. Why is it so big if it's only 5 kilograms? What's it made of, balsa wood? It is 5 kilograms. I've actually weighed it myself, Jared. Holiday pictures always look great. Hotels, beaches, palm trees. Yeah, but it's Malta. Malta's great looking in the summertime. I've never been there in the wintertime. Take the beaches away. Okay, I took the beaches away, Kinsey. Who has tiny hands? How is one a little gay? But I don't remember who said that. Did I say that? Mixed spice is nice. No, it's not. It's ground up horrible stuff. Herbs and spices. Herbs are bad. They're leaves. They're bad for you. Here's a true story from Judel. She's always telling the true stories. Told some randoms on holiday once about an ex, and they called me Peggy Snitchell for the rest of the week because you ratted on your ex. Is that what that comes from? Greta Thunberg hit the wall. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. There's a video of that. I didn't see the video, but she looks horrible. I got a message. It says, Lewis, you were amazing tonight. You were on top form. Let's see what that Let's see who's. I couldn't read it. The thing went away. But thank you very much. I'm not going to say who that was. People never look hot, human, and peed off on holiday brochures. Yeah, they don't. They don't. I went to where was I hot? In Puerto, in not in Tenerife. What's the other? In the Gran Canary. People never looked hot. Okay, Lucy. You're speaking to Lucy. Greta Thunberg hit the wall. She's so unattractive because she suffers from, I don't know if she suffers from fetal alcohol syndrome or something, or she was suffering from eating carbs. She had a very high carb diet. So she doesn't look that great. You want your kids to be ugly, you feed them high carbs. We do have issues with garbage bags being put out on the wrong day. It means garbage piles up on the pavement. What happened to Greta? Not news I'm up on. She's over 20 whatever years old, and she's being evaluated as a person and not just an innocent child. Greta, poor thing, has no real core values, just chases the next team world cause. Well, you could say that about a lot of people. Remember, pro-Palestine is on the same team as climate change. So basically, if you're going to a party that's pro-Palestine, you got to be in favor of, Fuerteventura. That's something else. Keith Bexley. She drives me crazy. She drives me, says Kinsey. Yeah, she does. Does she have core values? No, a lot of these people, they're just on that team. They're on the communist team. I don't know if she's a communist. Lewis coined the best term ever, Team World. Yeah, it's Team World. Team Britain versus Team World. Let in everybody from other countries. And, to hell with your own kids and your own self. Don't get it all hot on holidays, says Pete's Transport. But I've been peed off once or twice. Of course you do. You're with your wife or your husband, and they think they're supposed to have an absolutely perfect time. I don't really go on holidays that much. I used to go. The only time I went on holidays, I used to go lots of weekend holidays with my ex-girlfriend. We had a good time. We used to go to the Travel Lodge. We used to go to the Weatherspoons. We used to go to the charity shops. We were on the beach, sit on the beach, maybe have a beer. It was good fun. It's good fun. I hope my relationship with her is not over. I don't mean it like that. I mean, anyway. She looks a lot older, yeah. She looks a lot older because she's on a high carb diet, and that's bad for your health. Really bad. 3 months is super fast. I tell you, my sister, she has plantar fasciitis, and my wife had arthritis. Yeah, no carbs. And lose weight. No carb. This is what I did. I lost weight. I thought it was because I lost weight, but it was the low carbs. Low carbs. You got to get out of the diabetes. Had my best holidays in the USA. Yeah, it's a great place for holidays if you got money, I guess. I'd like to go home. Hey, come to Barcelona in February. Cheap flights, cheap hotels, and I map some decent bars. Okay. We're going to be on the air. Will I still be on the air doing every single day? Marxist values. She's got Marxist values. And the Marxists believe in open borders. And the Marxists don't believe in states. They don't believe Israel should survive or Britain should survive. So that's why she believes in all of that. She's probably nice enough, I guess. Or maybe I don't think she is nice enough. Is she nice enough? She's not nice enough. They want to destroy Israel, and Israel's filled with people, and people want their home, So they're saying, no, you don't deserve to live there. Anyway, and maybe they don't deserve to live there, but, it's not a nice thing. So, what is T9 FFS? What does that mean? Steve Cuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think she might believe in all of that stuff, but that stuff where she said, shame on you, whatever. What did she say on the thing? It was horrible. It wasn't nice. She looks pale. Well, she is Swedish. But, yeah, because they're eating horrible food. What's the number one thing you can do to change your life? Low carb. Low carb. What does Lorna say? Low carb. Team World. Jim Johnson. Team World. We're against Team World. We're fighting for America, Christianity, if you're Christian. Let them fight for what they believe. Don't mean to be nice to you, but I like the way you make me think. not in a pervy way. This is what Steve Cupp says. Before you think that, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I'm figuring this out now. Like, you know what? I was looking up at the clouds today, and I thought, how come the clouds are floating up there? You know, and I looked it up. I didn't accept the answer. I'm going to have to read it some more. If I'm in the UK, I go to the Spoons and like to look at charity shops, also antique centers and the like. The Yorkshire Dales I love. Yeah, that's great stuff. That's the kind of holiday you want. A cheap holiday of being in Wetherspoons. I miss my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say that. She's, you know, she was all right. I mean, I'm too old. I was too old. I shouldn't even say that. Okay, I love the Yorkshire Dales. I went to Yorkshire the first time I came to this country. I was in the Yorkshire Dales. Up in Grassington and Eggsgarth the other week. Yeah, it's lovely. I love a Wetherspoons breakfast. Well, honestly, that's pretty much, you can't eat that much of food because there's lots of cars, but, you know, I'd have Wetherspoons breakfast. I say instead of sausage, can I have an egg? Instead of the, no, not instead of sausage, instead of, whatever, all the carb stuff. Yorkshire Dales reminded me of League of Gentlemen. I never saw that. It was on when I first got to this country, League of Gentlemen. People really liked it. Didn't you like that? Did you like League of Gentlemen? Let me put this over here. Did you like that? Yeah. So that's what's great about what. Also, I like to have the chicken. It tastes like a Nando's chicken, but like half the price, right? I like having a free drink, but there's fewer items that have free drinks on there. All creatures great and strong. That's in the Dales up there. I mean, I like that. I like reading the magazine. They give you a free magazine. Not that you need it anymore. Greta was had arrested sexual development because she has eating problems. At 15, she looked about 10. Yeah. Well, it could be that maybe her parents wanted her to stay infantilized. How about that wantonized music? You know, that, oh, look, she's so cute, she's so cute, she's so cute. When the truth was, she was thinking horrible, horrible thoughts. When I was homeless, Steve Cuff, a little openness here. I'd go to Spoons every morning for a cuppa. Yeah, £1.49. I don't know. I think it's still that price. And you could refill it, and the electricity to fill up the phone. You'd sit there. Free top-up coffees, too. It was so cheap. And you put a lot of milk in it, yeah. Even Lewis Schaffer, who, as you people know how rich and successful I am, as you know that, right? I go there. What did I say? Physical development. Did I not say that? She had arrested physical development, says Judels. Judels is she's like a teacher, always questioning me. It's lovely round there up there. Leyburn and West Burton last week. Yeah, it's nice. This is what Pete Transport say. Did I not say she suffers from arrested physical development? Okay, I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. Love you, Steve. This is what Judel says. I was homeless for one night of my life, and I was terrified. Swore it would never happen again. Yeah, you don't want it to happen. So let's have a prayer for people who are homeless. Let's have a prayer for people who are homeless who don't want it to happen again, basically. That was funny, League of Gentlemen, the minstrel asking if the sink is blocked. I didn't see that, but that could have been really funny. Our traditional cafes have all gone. Yes, they have. They're all coffee shops now. That's exactly true. All those, I never liked going into the cafes, the local cafes. I'm sorry. Because you'd ask for a cup of tea, and they'd have a huge pot. Do you remember the huge pots? Okay? Huge pots. So her mom, and they'd fill up with hot water, and they'd put a spoonful of tea in there, and they'd guess how much tea is in there. And then they'd mix more hot water with it. It was just to make it look like tea. And then you'd go there, and the thing about the English cafes, they'd always serve the worst sausages and the worst bacon. I mean, it was edible. It was reasonable, and it still was way more money than a coffee shop in New York. Breakfast in New York, you could have a huge breakfast for when I left, for £2, £3, £4. So Greta's mother, according to Lucy always comes in with the information. Greta's mother is a famous opera singer and very stereotypical Swedish looking, Malena Erdman. Okay, now we got to look for that because we've discovered how to use this thing. Okay, what is the name called? The name called is Malena Erdman. Okay, she's an opera singer. Oh yeah, look at her. Look at her, hot. Look at her. Look at her hot. How tall do you think she is? Yeah, probably a bad mother. I mean, I don't want to say she's a bad mother, but she could be a bad mother. Okay. Am I wrong to say she's a bad mother? She's 54 years old. She could call Lewis Schaffer. She's got a father, too. Her children, Greta Thunberg. She was a Swedish mezzo-soprano opera singer. Besides operas and operettas, she also was a performer in chansons, cabarets, jazz. She appeared in musicals. She is a member of the Royal Swedish American Academy of Music, according to Wikipedia. She's married to Svante Thurman. Let's find out who this guy is. Oh my God, he's ugly. He's ugly. Is he ugly? He looks a bit better as he got older. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't speak ill about it. He's the father of activist Greta Thurman. He's 2 years older than she is. He was in the movie I Am Greta. He's a Swedish actor and producer. He's the father of Greta Thurman. Yeah. Look at how small Greta Thurman is. Oh my God. Oh my God. He looks good looking. He's wearing a jacket, whatever. Says activism. Greta's father says activism makes her happy. Yeah, because she's not allowed to eat. Because she was misfed food. Because she thought her parents didn't love her. Look at her, so close to her dad. That's really nice. She's all right, Greta, but you can see she's got arrested development. That comes from eating a carb diet. She's close to her dad. At least he's maybe not bad. What is Greta Thurman diagnosed with? Well, look at this. She was Asperger's syndrome, so she could get benefits if she moved to this country, which is now recognized with autism spectrum disorder. She also has been diagnosed with selective mutism and obsessive compulsive disorder. Thunberg has spoken out about her Asperger's diagnosis, along with her other conditions. Can be both a challenge and strength, even calling it a superpower that helps her focus. That's how bad we are. People would say, I am not this, but they got to do it. Is Greta Thurman still vegan? She follows a vegan diet, which aligns with her commitment to reducing her environmental impact. Well, you know what? If she stopped talking, there'd be less environmental impact on the loudspeakers. She advocates for plant-based diets as a means. Yeah, you look like her. Her mother is beautiful. I mean, she's not. Could she be a model, Greta Thunberg? I'm sorry. The answer is no. Or maybe she can be. Is Chris Packham still a vegan? Yeah. He's finally chosen a 100% diet. 100%. Well, Lewis Schaffer is not a vegan. Maybe that's why you hate me. Is that why you hate me? Let's go back to this. Oh, I didn't even show it. I didn't show it. I'm sorry. I didn't show it. I'm sorry, I did not show it. Explains then, okay, what are we going to say? We're talking about Brugge. Spoons moved steaks and all grilled meat from the menu in May and replaced with fried Korean chicken burgers. I won't be eating there anymore. Yeah, screw them, yeah. Teach them a lesson. Greta suddenly stopped eating. She was 11 years old, talking, reading, wanting to do anything. Yeah, because her parents didn't, maybe she just wanted attention. She wanted the attention. Her mother's a superstar, Josh Howie, and she wanted attention. Okay. It must have been horrid and scary on the street at 17. Who was on the street at 17? I don't. Kinsey says, laughing out loud, if she stopped talking, less environmental impact. Yeah. If she stopped flying around the world, less environmental. But even then, there's no environmental impact. Chris Packham has been doing some modeling recently. Is that true? I love Bruges. Go from Hull when they have the 2-for-1 offers on, what is that, Paddington, whatever the P&O is called. Yeah, so there you go. Packham is a member of Team World. Well, it's all the same team. If you meet somebody who's a vegan, I guarantee you they're on Team. I don't guarantee you they're on Team World. I kept walking too. What else can you do? You're up. I mean, that's happened to me quite a few times when I was younger, where you didn't have a place to stay. I once walked all the way to Jones Beach from my hometown. Walking too in the middle of Leeds. I was 23. It's not as hard as when you're 17. I'm chuffed that you're good now. This is what Joodles replies to. Most catwalk models these days look like they've already been dead a fortnight. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's true. I like, slender. That's what I like. The slender. Simon says, I was 44 years old. Was school to Bruges and then across from Middelburg to Holland. It's great to go there. I guess maybe it's not as great as it used to be. Britain is not as great as it used to be, but there's some great parts, and let's enjoy Britain and give Britain the support that we need. I like slender and some meat, but those models, no, Mark doesn't like that. Walking Dead cast. Yeah, I worked for a beauty magazine when I was younger a little bit until I got fired because I'm not a successful person. Luckily, my son doesn't listen to me anymore. He doesn't want to be included in all of this. So what is the next thing? What did we not discuss yesterday? My blood pressure today. I stopped taking the pills, and my heart rate has gone down. It was like at 68, and then it went down to 52, 54. My blood pressure stayed the same. So what am I supposed to? It's not worth it. I want to have a low heart rate. I heard they smell like that too. Chris King is speaking to Jenny. What did Jenny say? I don't see what Jenny said. John Loins is in the house. Big round of applause for John Loins. Food time. I had a little bit of mozzarella cheese just now. What have you eaten, guys? It was a long time ago. A lot has happened to make me happy with what I have and not to worry too much about what I don't have. Yeah. I was working in a beauty magazine. I was selling advertising space. Don't. Okay, I'm gonna write down. I've been told I shouldn't play. Can I play stuff on YouTube, Joodles, that has that I have some comment on, that I add comment to? Maybe turn it on and turn it off. Like the kind that I watch. I watch so much of this stuff. Pete says the stick insect models, probably lefty test world peeps. Proper models look nice. Yeah, but there's a certain beauty that you could have that is like secretive in, maybe they don't. Don't do. Yeah, models. They have certain attributes, cheekbones, whatever. All you women here are models to me. That's all I'm saying. It's the good old days. They weren't so good for me. I thought I had unlimited time. I didn't have unlimited time. I don't have unlimited time. Was Team World? Yeah, I didn't have limited time. We don't have limited time. I'm forming myself into a panic. I'm getting into a panic. I mean, I'm glad I have you. You're the only people that make me happy. Basically, I shouldn't even talk like that. It's horrible. Was Team World people? What do you mean by that, Pete Transport? Some has to be free royalty sort of songs. Yeah, some, free royalty. But what about stuff that, I'm playing a song? Yeah, I wouldn't play songs. I wasn't playing songs. The male models and female models look the same. Yeah. And if you notice this about male models, not a single one of them is muscular. Am I right? Who's going to argue with that? Not a single one. I had a fried breakfast at noon. I could not resist a hash brown and some white bread. It was a reward for eating. It was a reward eating for a long run of shifts. Yeah, but you know what? It's like the other day. Did I tell you this? I was I was going to go into the pizza place down the road here, and it tastes like New York pizza. £5.40. That's not New York, but it tasted that way. And Russ said to me, just pretend you're eating it. Think about the wettest, moistest, fattest pepperoni pizza with the things you like on it. Onions. I like onions on it. I like mushrooms on it. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. So what's Pete's Transport saying? The model from the 70s and 80s. Are they Team World? Well, people didn't realize what Team World was back then. Okay, I never slept with one, sadly. Not sure. Okay. Twinks. Yeah, not even twinks. Even if they're older, they're all skinny. Is that what you're saying, Lucy? That the models are twinks? I get the pizza, but scrap the topping off the top and leave the base. Mostly. Well, what is a pizza if you scrape the topping off? Is that funny? Is Maltese Phil being funny? Joodles. Steve Cuff is saying, isn't that a song by the Police? Let's see what Joodles said. I missed what she said. Don't, do. Lewis, did you watch the footy yesterday evening? No, I didn't. What was that? I don't watch it unless it's my team. What happened? And I don't like, I will support in international football, Chelsea. Is that the game you're talking to? Do. That's all I've got to say to you. Do. No, I didn't watch the footy. Did you watch the footy, Dr. Sexy? Dr. Sexy, did you watch it? Women in the Mayfair mags in the 1980s and 90s had some shape, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of PDH philia. He photobombed it? Yeah, and were the people shouting USA? What were they chanting? Were they shouting USA? Here's a real question. Were the people in that stadium shout in New York area, which is one of the leftist areas in the country? Okay? Were they chanting USA for Donald Trump? I only joined Twitter to add you. Then I added Elon after that. John Van Dam, I appreciate that a lot. Oh, yes, what? Oh, yes, to what? Yeah, so was that the question? Were they chanting USA? No, they weren't. Oh, okay, maybe they've lost the love. I noticed, this is what Juno says, that no matter what footy team is mentioned, that's my team. So far, Liverpool, Sunderland, Bolton, Chelsea, probably loads of, I've forgotten. Yeah, that's what I say. I always go, that's my team. Because you don't want to be punched, because I'll never punch a guy in the team. Yeah, because I can't say the exact words, Lucy. And I can't say it. I don't know why I can't say it, but I've seen it edited so many times. Hey, have you subscribed? Everybody who's here. Yeah, she is very slim, but nobody's watching. Does anybody come into this thing, or is it just this? Okay, they'll be chanting USA when he visits the UK, followed by "Save us, save us." Yeah, save us. Yeah. Okay, she is very slim, but the difference, she glows with life and vitality. Who are you talking about? Jenny? Who is Chris King talking about? Catherine looks like she needs a good feed. Yeah, she's very slim. She's very slim. Catherine is very slim. But she's Team World. At least, she's Team World. King Charles is Team World. Sorry, I was watching a video about this of a guy on Tim Pool. I think his name is Tim Pool. In real life. And there was an English guy on there, and he was talking about Britain. You might want to look that up. Maybe I could find that. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can find that. Wait a second. Let me go back here. So I make sure I've got window capture on. Okay, are you there? Are you there? And I'm going to find this. There we go. Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Let's see if it's here. I forgot the guy's name. Tim Fool. No. Oh, I'm always having I should have this done in advance. I should have a producer who does it. Oh my God. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I'm into Tim Pool. I'm not into the fact that he's going bald. And, it's a high carb diet. Okay, where is this? The internet is breeding mental illness. Yeah, that and carbs. I guess am I going mentally ill? Tim Pool, UK politics. We'll do that, see if there's anything. No. There he's being interviewed by Constantine Kissing, or as I call him, Constantly Kissing. He's great. No, I can't find this thing. UK, can't find this thing. Tim Pool, Civil War in America, psychology. What is the guy's name? I saw a whole long video. What I'll have to do is you want to see what I've got? UK covered up grooming gangs. Tommy Robinson was right. I'm going to see if I can find this thing. Anyway, I can't find this thing. Okay, Maltese Phil liked and subscribed. That's what you got to do to make me happy, please. To make me happy. We're at 93 or 4. Moscow Tim. Who is Moscow Tim? Lucy. Lucy never addresses her comments, like they're free-floating. Lads and lasses, if you're not putting butter in your baked beans, you need to reevaluate your life. Tune in tomorrow for some top tips. Okay. Maltese Phil says, I went vegan. I was trying to attract the Be Kind girls. Turn out they smell very much like hamsters. Now I like conservative women. I'm not sure that they smell, but they probably fart a lot because veganism is fart-inducing. My mom used to fry her baked beans. You should not eat baked beans. They're not good for you. They're not super bad, but they're not good either, and they make you fart because they've got fiber and stuff. You shouldn't be eating it. His name is Francis Foster. I forgot to mention his name. Francis and Constantine Kissing. Yeah, he's a good guy. They're good guys. Good guy. I know. I mean, I'm one of the miracles. One of the best things about being in comedy, you get to meet people, and you get to be hated by people, basically. Tim Pool's a good guy. But what is the name of that video? Have you seen the video where he's talking to the English guy, telling us the problems in Britain? He's a great guy. They'll be chanting USA. Yeah, I think we should. I think we should chant Donald Trump. I mean, he's been banned. He hasn't been invited to speak to Parliament. And really, why should he? Why should Keir Starmer invite him? He's the enemy of Keir Starmer, and I hope he's the enemy of Keir Starmer, so why should he invite them? Baked beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. Let's Google that and see if that's true. Is that true? The more you eat, the more you fart. Okay, you want to Google that? Do you want to Google that? We'll Google that. We're going to Google that. We're going to Google that. Let's go Google that. There's a picture of what's her name up there. Well, you can't hear that. We're not listening to that. We're not listening to that. We'll just go right here. We'll go here. Baked. Is it true that the more baked beans you eat, the more you fart? Okay, yes, generally true that eating more baked beans can lead to increased flatulence or tooting. This is primarily because beans contain complex carbohydrates, and I'd say like raffinose, that are difficult for humans to digest. No, we can't digest it at all. That's why we're farting it, because we have a small intestine. These undigested carbohydrates that are then fermented by bacteria in the large intestine, producing gas as a byproduct. Yeah, there you go. I know you believe me. Everybody believes me, but that's a fact. Did you see that? That's a fact. That's a fact. Hold on a second. Full screen. Full screen. Why was the final in the USA? Make it make sense. Because we've got big stadiums and people are willing to fly there for holiday. Well, why did they have British football games in London? Why? Okay, why? So I answered your question, Kinsey. Yes, the more you fart. Why? Not even a question. Trump is considering pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. The more I know about that case, I mean, they're bad. I don't know. Who knows what they did wrong? Who knows what they did wrong? I mean, he was a bad man. He reminded me of Moriarty in Sherlock Holmes. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I was wrong about Ron Jeremy. I thought he was all right. Anyway, that's a joke. Okay. The more you fart, the better you feel. So eat your beans. Okay. So do you feel better when you fart? Yeah. Why don't you Google that, Chris King? That's the question. Beans make us fart is a myth that comes from the film Blazing Saddles. Bean eaters actualize their farts post-bean eating through sheer expectations. Do you believe that? Because I saw that guy, Mick the Vegan, I think his name is, Mick the Vegan, and he was saying the reason why people burp when they eat a vegan diet is because they don't eat slowly enough. So I don't agree with you, Dr. Sexy, if you're being serious. If you're not being serious, it's quite funny. Nothing much left to eat if you don't eat the pizza base. But it's a touch carbs. Bug, it's a touch carbs. Yes, a lot of that. Dr. Sexy, I can assure you it's true. People actually do fart. I eat an apple and I start burping. Do we know that? Or we believe that? Money is why football was in the USA. Yeah, we've got big stadiums. Remember how many foreigners there are in America, and maybe they want to go see. And football is an international sport, so it's helping that. So it does make sense. Why did Charles decide that all religions are equal when he's allegedly the head of the Church of England? You're from America, but the people in Britain are beginning to realize he doesn't represent the Christian church, the Anglican church, as he should. He doesn't. He represents Team Worlds. Is it for me? Apples make me burp too, Jules. Yeah. So that's the answer to that, Jim. The King Charles, my son loves the royal family, loves them. And I would love the royal family if they fought for us, like the first Queen Elizabeth. She's going to give her heart and her soul to England. Cucumber is also, it's a bunch of fiber. And it's seeds. Yeah, not that great. It's not bad for you, cucumber, but it's not good either. Kinsey, football was second to baseball until the late 50s when they found out it was great for TV. That could be possible. It could be possible. Baseball is great for TV. There's lots of gaps in between pitches being thrown, in between innings. There are 9 innings, so that's 18 times for a break. Yeah, baseball's a great TV game. It's a really good TV game. You follow the ball. So the pitcher is about to pitch, so you know what's going on. With football, football's not such a great game to be on TV. You always said no to apologize. You should threaten to cripple the double down. Well, I'm not apologizing for what I said. I'm apologizing because they misinterpreted what I said. But you are right. You can't apologize, especially if you've done something wrong. And they kept on going after me, these people. And now I find out that ADHD, you can get a car. Maybe you can't. I don't know, but I've heard all these things that they consider a DIP or whatever it is. What is it called? A DIP. Cricket was similar. Well, the first international cricket match was played in the United States. Did you know that, Jim Johnson? You can Google that. International cricket. We don't see baseball in the UK. Yeah. I mean, every time if I go into a sports bar and I see baseball, I mean, I don't cry, but I almost start to cry. It's like amazing. It's just so. I used to watch, because baseball used to be on the TV even more than it is now. 126 games were televised. PIP, Personal Independence Payment. Yeah, there are a million things. When you think of disabled, you don't think of people who, you might think of people who've been in automobile accidents or have some kind of fatal disease, but a lot of it is just mental crazy people. A lot of it, not all of it. And if you're mentally crazy, that's your own business. I'd keep it to yourself. I need to try and follow rugby. They aren't millionaires and spoiled like American football players. You know what? American football is one of the greatest sports. And they're not, I don't know if they are spoiled. And they only play for like 2 or 3 years. So why shouldn't they get the money that they need to get? And they get, and then they get hit in the head and they get brain damage, Jim Johnson. So American baseball is great. And also, I believe in the home team. You follow the home team. You don't follow some British sport. I like rhubarb. I grow lots in my gardens. It's a good plant. It looks after itself. Can't be any carbs in rhubarb. Check for toxicity of rhubarbs. Okay, we're going to check for rhubarb toxicity. Are you ready for that? Okay, we're doing that. Who asked that question? Pete's Transport. How do we spell rhubarb? Is rhubarb toxic to humans? They're going to say no, it's not toxic for humans. The stalk of the rhubarbs that you find at a grocery store is entirely safe to eat, but the leaves are toxic. Yeah, sure. But the leaves, okay, the leaves are very high in oxalates, so you should not consume inedible poison leaves. Can you eat rhubarbs raw? Can you see this? Hold on a second. Oh, we missed it. I'm reading it to you, but here, let's go back here. Can you eat uncooked rhubarb? You ready for this, people? Yes, rhubarb stalks can be eaten raw. However, it's important not to consume the stalks. Only to consume the stalks and avoid the leaves, which contain oxalic acid, which are poisonous. Oxalic acid causes kidney stones and arthritis. Google oxalic acid. You won't eat a green plant again, any plants. While raw rhubarb is very tart, it can be enjoyed in its own, dipped in sugar or honey, or used in dishes or salads or compotes. Here's a question. Can you eat raw rhubarb? Can you eat raw rhubarb? Let's see what it says. Yes, you can eat rhubarb raw. I'm sharing exactly how to enjoy uncooked rhubarb. Yeah, I would say avoid. Probably you can. Okay. Am I right? Okay. Full screen. Okay, Lewis, did you know that Major League Baseball imposed a time limit on pitches? Yes, I did know that. This has reduced the average game duration from about 2 hours and 45 minutes to 2 hours and 50 minutes. I don't like it. I did see a bit like that, and I don't like it either. I mean, it's a luxuriating game. You're sitting there. It's like cricket. You're just sitting there enjoying it. Is rugby? Well, it was invented. Rugby is big, but it's not as big. It's not as big as football in this country, but it is bigger. It's one of the big sports. My grandfather used to grow rhubarb. No. What are you saying, Mark J? You can't eat it raw? You have to cook it. It wouldn't matter. It's all about confirmation bias. What does that mean? Am I looking up this? Is this proven what are you saying, Joodles? I like cricket, women's football, and of course, ladies beach volleyball. Okay, whatever. It's all. What are you saying? It's confirmation bias, Joodles. I don't like cricket. I love it tune. Okay, I don't know what that means. I love watching rhubarb and custard as a kid. That was, I guess, a TV show. I still have their ringtone. People used to eat it, and when they were poor, they ate rhubarb. But that doesn't mean it's a really good food. I live near the world capital of rhubarb growing. Yes, it begins with a P. What's the name of that town? Parsiphanasis. What is the name of it begins with a P. They don't grow any rhubarb there anymore, do they? What is the name of the town where they grow the rhubarb? Jenny? Okay. I got a bunch of rhubarb and custard candles. And maybe that's what it could be used for. raw if they cut away the poisonous parts then. You know what? There's lots of food that you can eat that has low toxicity, but it still has a little bit of toxicity. Okay? I never actually tried gooseberries, though. I've had them, but years ago. They're called Chinese gooseberries. It's tingly near Leeds. I thought it begins tingly near Leeds. I thought it begins with a P, basically. But you tell me what food, I'll tell you whether you should eat it or not. It's so easy to find out. In our school, says Mark J., we had a similar game called Rounders. We were all good at that. When I played baseball in high school, it was rare, but was good at it because Rounders is similar, yeah. But baseball, Google is a thing, can a cricket player hit a baseball, or can a baseball player hit a cricket ball? And you see how fast that ball comes at you. And not only is the ball fast right down the middle, the ball is sometimes aimed for your head. So, okay, it's aims for your head. Dr. Sexy likes this rhubarb and custard thing. Rhubarb and custard sweets are really nice. What is custard? Is that like egg custard with milk? Yeah, I think you could eat that if you don't eat as much sugar to it. Joodles. Everyone realized they were minging. Chris King. What is that? What is that? Look up the rhubarb triangle. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Hold on a second. That means I've got to go to here. I've got to go to here. And then I've got to go to the rhubarb triangle. Does anybody eat rhubarb anymore? It's like an old food, rhubarb triangle. Okay, where's the rhubarb triangle? Well, it looks like this. Wakefield, Tingley, there's Tingley, Castleford. But there was another town with a P up there, Crigglestone, south of Leeds. I don't see, what is the name of that other town with a P? I forgot what the name was. Begins with a P. Begins with a P. Okay, so it's not that. It's in Yorkshire. Yeah, it's in Yorkshire. It's in Yorkshire. I hated cricket, says Mark J. We had a bowler who was a psychopath, and that ball was hard compared to baseball. Yes, my neighbor, Clifford, had people come visit him from England. Pontefract. Isn't Pontefract rhubarb? Let's look up Pontefract. Is that rhubarb, Jenny? But, yeah, the cricket ball is harder than an American baseball, but it doesn't quite go as fast. Why people run up while they're throwing the ball? I don't think it makes it go any faster. Jenny told you, Lewis. Did you mean Pontefract? Yes, I did. Yeah, I just mentioned that, yeah. I didn't see that. I'm trying to not read every single post. But, yeah, it's licorice. That's right. See, I'm corrected. I'm sorry. It's licorice. Okay, but I knew it was some obscure thing that people aren't eating as much as they used to eat. But Jenny, thank you, Jenny. 101007. Thank you, Jenny. Has everybody subscribed? Has anybody liked? Has everybody liked? Even if you liked yesterday, even if it's not going that well. Do we have 44 people watching? That's brilliant. That's really great. Yeah, the Rhubarb Triangle is a 9 square mile area west of Yorkshire, England, between Wakefield. Yeah, the train goes from Wakefield to Leeds, yeah. Morley and Rothwell, famous for producing early forced rhubarb. What does forced rhubarb mean? That means it's like planted in the wintertime and it comes up early and it doesn't have the full leaves, and so they cut it down because the people are starving, but people aren't starving anymore, though we will starve. Well, that's really good to know. Lola Twinkle is here. She's coming now. Thank you, Lola. Hello, Lola. How does a French woman hold her liquor? Licorice? I don't know. Here's a joke coming from Chris King. They grow it in sheds. Yeah, it's grown in sheds. So it's an early whatchamacallit. They grow it in sheds in the wintertime. Yeah, there you go. Forced is grown in the dark. It means that the plant will put more into the stem when there's not as many leaves, which makes it sweeter. Okay. There you go. There you go. Did you know that, people? We're learning about rhubarb, forced rhubarb. Forced rhubarb. Anyway, that's good news. That's good news. What are you saying? Don't go there, Chris. By his ears, is that the answer? How does a Frenchman, I was thinking, hold his licorice? By his ears. I don't get it. Hold his licorice. Liquor-ish. That's probably very dirty, and I didn't really get it. Jules liked it because Jules is very smart. She's very smart. It said you can hear the rhubarb cracking as it grows. Okay, it said. Now I've got to check that out. I've got to check it out. Does rhubarb crack as it grows? Whoa, oh, that's wrong. Oh, no. Does rhubarb crack as it grows? Yes, rhubarb, according to AI, yes, rhubarb can make cracking or popping sounds as it grows, particularly when it's being forced, grown in darkness. Yeah, I guess they don't even need any light. They just grow it up. This rapid growth, especially forced rhubarb, causes stalks and buds to expand quickly, resulting in audible noises as they stretch and rub against each other. Okay, there you go. There you go. Was that interesting? Full screen. Let's see. Okay. It said you can hear the rhubarb cracking. There you go. So what is you? I was doing dishes and almost missed it. What did you miss? Lola Twinkle says, so why is fruit bad for you again? Fruit is bad for you. It's not necessarily bad for you because it's the only food that is actually grown so that animals can eat that part. They don't grow the leaves so that animals can eat it. They grow the fruit. The fruit could be bad for you because basically there's very little protein in it and it's just sugar in it, glucose and fructose or whatever it has. And it's, you want to eat as much of it as you can because it tastes so good. Fruit tastes amazing. I mean, it's not bad for you. It's just like it maybe has 10, 15, 20 grams of carbs in it, which could add up. Hello, Lewis. Kate Quinn is here. Hey, Kate. Round of applause for Kate. Kate is here. Okay, Alan Williams is here, back. You have to wear earmuffs if you're forcing rhubarb. Maybe it is. Tomato is supposed to be a fruit, I heard. It is a fruit. A fruit is the reproductive organs of a plant or a vegetable. So it is a fruit. Cucumber is a fruit. A peach is a fruit. A carrot is not a fruit. My domestic goddess duties have been completed. What were you doing? Cleaning up the place? Cleaning up the place? Remember, Lewis Schaffer likes skinny, clean women. Who walked out of the kitchen? The answer to everything is carbs. Bad, anything bad. You know, I got problems. It's carbs. I'm not even, and you got to brainwash yourself to say, I'm not going to have carbs. I could have had that pizza yesterday. A fruit is the reproductive organ of, not of a fruit. I didn't say a fruit, of a vegetable or a plant. I did not say that. And let's go. What are you saying there, Judas? Because I didn't say it's the reproductive organ of a fruit. I said a fruit is the reproductive part of a plant. Okay? What's the answer? The answer is, hold on a second. Hold on. So you can see this. Hold on. Can you see this? Yes, that's correct. Botanically speaking, a fruit is indeed the mature, ripened ovary, did I use the word ovary, of a flowering plant, and it plays a crucial role in plant reproduction by enclosing and protecting seeds. After pollination and fertilization, the ovary of the flower develops into a fruit, and the ovules inside the ovary develop into seeds. This process ensures the continuation of the plant species. So that's what fruits and vegetables. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. So it's because they have got seeds. Yeah. I say to Joe. But a coconut isn't a nut. That's supposed to be a fruit too, which is strange. There are lots of things that are nuts that aren't fruits. So lots of things that are fruits that aren't nuts. It's not quite as simple as that. Not as simple. Celery is okay too. No carbs. Takes more energy to eat than it makes. So it won't make you fat. Okay, let's look up a cucumber. Is a cucumber toxic? Not a cucumber. Is a what do you call that? Is that what? I just lost my train of thought. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Celery. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Is a celery stalk toxic to humans? No, celery stalks are not toxic to humans and are generally considered safe to eat. All parts of the celery plant, including the stalks and the edible consumed in various cuisines. While some individuals may experience allergic reactions to celery, it's safe for most people to eat, either raw or cooked. Okay, now let's look here. I'm not going to accept that answer. Celery stalk oxalates. Oxalate content. Yes, celery does contain oxalates, but generally considered to have low to moderate oxalate content. One stalk of celery, which you are recommending, Pete, I think it was, eating just gallons of it so you don't get hungry. While it is not high in oxalates, some leafy greens or nuts, individuals with kidney stone issues or oxalate sensitivity should be mindful of their intake. Do not eat celery. Is it going to kill you? It's not going to kill you, but you do not eat celery. Okay. Tomatoes are carnivorous. Their stems trap flies, which are absorbed into the plant. I didn't hear that. The peanut is a legume, not a nut. Yeah, and it's not good for you. It spoils easily. Okay. My Alfa Romeo is a Ferrari in drag. Well, it's a cool car. I think it's a cool car. Cadbury is both a fruit and a nut. A fruit and a nut. Why am I confident? I just read that. Are you talking to me, Joodles? Are you talking to me? Everything is toxic. No, a beef is not toxic. Egg yolks are not toxic. Lamb is not toxic. Bananas are seeds. Yeah, the bananas, they're growing to have smaller and smaller seeds. But are bananas toxic? Let's look up, are bananas toxic? Are bananas high in oxalates? We'll do the oxalates, because oxalates cause stones and arthritis. Okay, no, they're not high in oxalates, bananas. They're generally considered a low oxalate food. They might have 9.9 milligrams per 100 grams. So if you've got kidney stones, you should not be eating a plant-based diet. The reason you got kidney stones is because, hold on a second. Yeah, I think I'm right. Bananas are great for potassium, though. Okay, we're going to answer that question, Jenny. Okay. Which has more potassium? Banana or beef? Whoa, 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 whoa. Beef generally has more potassium than a banana. Well, bananas are a good source of banana. Six ounce banana, 6 ounce serving of beef can contain more potassium than one medium banana. Yeah. Who said that? Who said that? We're going to spank your bottom. We're going to spank your bottom. Who said that? Jenny said that. There you go. These plant foods that we've been told are good for us have been spread by Team World, the globalist food establishment. You're getting worse, Chris King, but we are forgiven. You are forgiven. What did Chris say? All this food, check for oxalates. That's just one thing. There's also lectins and leptins, all sorts of horrible stuff. Maybe I don't know what's in plants, but there's so much toxicity in plants. Nicotine is a toxic thing. Hey, beautiful people. Okay, you're listening in. You're rushing to a show. Okay, Leanne. Hey, Leanne. I have to send your package out. I meant to say that. Spray starch. Have you all signed the like thing? Right? I mean, hey, Leanne. Yeah, the point is, do you fans are talking about politics, or are we not allowed to? We are allowed to. But you got to state what your own politics is. I'm starting to go crazy here. Can you eat kidney stones? Yeah, I guess you can. Usually animals do not have kidney stones because they're eating a diet that's basically approved for themselves. Humans have kidney stones because we're eating plants. Okay, let's see. Okay. And are they better than tomatoes? Can you eat kidney stones? Potatoes are not good for you. They're not, and they can be bad for you. Do you want me to check that out too? Bananas are berries. And berries also have stuff in them that are not good. That is a surprise that bananas are loaded with potassium. But beef has more potassium. Okay. Bananas can help you sleep too. So can lettuce. Why can they help you sleep? Because they're high carbs and maybe, it knocks out your mitochondria, but that doesn't mean it's helping you sleep. Then you wake up and you're hungry and your teeth are rotted because they hurt. Okay, there's no way any GB News peeps are receiving this love. We love you, man. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, John Van Dam, thank you very much. I like being told you love me. Leave the potatoes alone. You want to find out about the potatoes? What toxicity potatoes have? Why do potatoes have to be cooked? Why do they have to be cooked? Just got here, Leanne says. Going to see a Queen show. A trans show? This is not really a trans-friendly environment, but all right. Okay, I'm not, whatever. Okay, kidney stones can be rather crunchy, Lewis. I can imagine because what is a kidney stone except for calcium carbonate? Yes, it's the oxalate carbonate, calcium oxalate. I think that's what a kidney stone is. It's a mixture. It's like when you crunch the food, it alerts the plants. It says, "Hey, join together so that people don't get the protein or the calcium they need." Where are you going with that gun in your hand? What song is that? What song is that? Oh, let's look that up. Jimi Hendrix, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. Hey, Joe, that's right. That's a great song. Is that a great song, Hey, Joe? I think it's a really great song. Great. Tryptophan, potassium, and magnesium, muscle relaxers. Well, tryptophan, they're in plants. Magnesium is not in plants. That's why I take a magnesium every day. I take 2 of them, 1,000 milligrams. What is tryptophan? It's in plants. Thanks, guys. I'll still be listening. Queen is Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, well, at least Leanne is going out. Don't ever feel bad about going out. Calcium. What about calcium, Mark J? Hey, Joe. Thank you, Simon. With that gun in your hand. Where you going with that gun in your hand? I mean, he was great. He was a great guitarist. That song was done by other people before he did it. Spinach contains arsenic. Yes. Spinach contains arsenic. A lot of them contain arsenic. Now, don't tell me that arsenic, it's a natural arsenic, which is good. It's not natural. It's really bad. Plants, especially as we get older, you wonder, well, why do I have a kidney stone? I can't, because you've been eating the plants. Bananas have antimatter. Yeah. What do you mean I'm taking you guys with me? What do you mean I'm taking you guys with me? Hey, all, says John Van Dam. Where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey, Joe. Where's tryptophan? What foods have tryptophan in them? How about we look for that? Is this thing working where I'm typing this stuff up? What plants is tryptophan? Okay, we're going to check this out here. Many plant-based foods contain tryptophan, an essential amino acid that plays a role in mood regulation and sleep. Some of the best plant sources include leafy greens, sunflower seeds, soybeans, pumpkin seeds, mushrooms, broccoli, peas, plantains, pineapples, bananas, kiwi. You see all those foods? They're all delicious. Avoid them all. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm like lecturing my beautiful people here. What do you mean? Okay. So I was following on from Leanne's greeting. I think I got there in the end. Yeah, thank you, Steve Cuff. Did anyone sing England win the cricket today? Lewis, you're just making me hungry. Can I tell you the beautiful thing about Lewis Schaffer? Is I don't get hungry like that anymore. I used to read all these foods. Each one of these foods, I used to go, oh, I wish I had one of them. Right? And so when you go on an all-meat diet, Kinsey, you won't be as hungry. Steve Cuff was washing his hair. Yes, Kate. It was pretty good at the end, the cricket. The only cricket match I ever saw was maybe the World Cup in 2006. And that was, but baseball is like that all the time. One team, other team, one team, other team, one team, other team. And they go like this. They go up and down. Baseball's a better game. Cricket is a better game if you want to have sex with the opposing team in the locker room. While your husband's, I'm talking about the guys, while your husband's playing in the middle of the field. What do they do to peanuts? What did they do to peanuts over our lifetime? As a kid, no one was allergic to peanuts. Now, it's a lot of kids allergic to peanuts. Okay, anybody want to answer that question, Jim? Because I have an answer to it, or I have a guess of what I think it is. Okay, anybody? Anybody want to say what they've done to peanuts? Because they've done something to peanuts. Pip. Yeah, Pip also. Pip is disability benefits. Lewis, you lost me on that last paragraph you spoke. I'm saying, Jim Johnson asks, he thinks that peanuts have changed because people are more and more allergic to them. Okay? Lots of kids are allergic to peanuts. And Chris King says Pip, which is you can get a reward for being allergic to peanuts. Okay? Snoopy or peanuts? Yeah, Lucy. Maybe Lucy can answer this question. Very funny. Very good. Steve Cuff. Okay? So what is the answer to that? Is anybody interested in the answer? Because I'll only say it if... Here's the answer to that question. Number one, people have started breastfeeding and they've been fed toxic peanut oil. Lots of food has peanut oil. Number one. Number two, people are eating way too much of the peanuts. Okay? Okay. People are eating way too much peanuts. 100 years ago, they've only started eating peanuts, eating toxic seed oils after the war. After the war. And the war's over, but the amount... Google the chart. We'll Google it right here. Okay? Chart of peanut oil consumption. Even though it's not used much in this country, it's used a lot. It's used a lot in a lot of countries. Images. Can we see it? Let's see. Here we go. Is this, which it's hard to see. Are seed oils toxic? Latest research suggests yes. Yeah. But let me find this thing. Why is vegetable oil unhealthy? Oil consumption and obesity. Here's oil consumption and obesity. This is the amount of oil consumption. And the bottom is, that's overweight prevalence. Obesity. So these are two. Yeah, it's gone up. I don't know. I'd have to read this. It looks very interesting. It looks very interesting. Peanuts often had. Okay, I see Lewis's logic. Meat is at the top of the food chain, so it has all these nutrients accumulated in them. Yeah, it's meat has everything we need practically. You know, it has everything we need, and I guarantee you, peanuts don't. And peanuts have bad stuff in them too. We can check for oxalates too. Yes, Steve. Okay. Mark J says it's true that many babies tend to be lactose intolerant as more and more recent years. There was something about lactose intolerance I read. Yeah. Yeah, because they're not being fed milk. And when I was a kid, we were fed milk right afterwards. Whatever. So, eat meat. I mean, I used to eat peanut butter all the time. And as a kind of food goes, it's a great food to eat if you're poor and starving. But we were convinced it was good food. It's not. Here's something you could do. Let's say you're allergic to peanuts. I said I did this with my own son. I'm not taking full responsibility if you do it. But you take half of a peanut one day, and the next day you take 3/4 of a peanut. You just take a little bit of peanuts, and you develop the resistance to it. Same thing with milk. If you keep on drinking milk, you're able to drink milk. If you stop drinking milk and you go back to it, you can get sick. Don't worry about the keyboard. I'm using my phone, and my thumbs are dyslexic. That's Steve Cuff says that. You can get all the nutrients from meat and eggs. You can't get them from plants. That's what Mark Thorosian says. Yeah, you can't get them from plants. I used to love the Marmite Peter sandwich. They don't make it anymore. Yeah, I never grew up with Marmite, and I basically stopped eating sandwiches, and I used to love a sandwich. Who doesn't love a sandwich? Because the carbs in the bread are like an accelerant. They make your mouth alight with like, oh, let's eat more, and then you have the meat inside. Jim is a legend. He's a legend. He's American. God bless America. Lewis, okay, I'll change that to not nice substances on peanuts on the bar to BPC. What did you say? Did you change it? Change it and I'll read it. Change it, I'll read it. Okay? Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate it. Jim, he was absolutely amazing. Who was absolutely amazing? Okay. My 2 grandsons are allergic to milk. Bloody great. When we were dairy farmers. Yeah. You were dairy farmers. Yeah, apparently. So on their mom's side can be. But it's also... I don't know if people can be allergic to milk because that means they can't breastfeed. There's lactose in human milk. I think what happens is that they just decided we're not going to feed the kid milk after we're breastfeeding them. Lorna, is that true? Maybe we should ask that question. Is that question interesting? Here is the questions we need to know. Does all human breast milk contain lactose? Yes, all human milk. So even the Chinese people say they're allergic to it. All human breast milk contains lactose, which is a primary carbohydrate and crucial source of energy for infants. Okay, let's ask the next question. Can all humans drink cow's milk after lactation? I'm not saying that right. Let me see if I can say that. It says many others lose this ability and become lactose intolerant. Are humans the only species that drink milk after? I'm going to guess. Do humans drink milk after they are weaned? We'll have to check that out later. Okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Are you ready for a 5-minute break? Lactose in the milk. Some babies are given special powder type because they cannot even breastfeed. So babies need carbs then. Yeah, it's the number one growth thing for babies. And yeah, they need carbs. But the carbs are in their milk. Yeah. Cow's milk is about 5% sugar. Yeah, I'm answering the question, Jules. I'm answering the question. I'm craving some peanuts, says Reuben. Yeah, make sure we sign this thing that we like it and we're following. I guess we're all following. Make sure if you want to, you can go to Patreon, and I still forget to do that. Columbus, remind me to put a lower price Patreon thing in. Yeah, so the answer is, there we go. Babies need carbs when they're young. When we're older, we don't need carbs as much. We don't need any carbs. I'm not sure we need carbs yeah. I'm not sure. That's a good question. It's a very good question, Joodles. Okay, I'm going to go. Their mom didn't breastfeed. Yeah. So many people are not breastfeeding. I think that's a problem. Okay, I'm going to go get... When do we stop needing carbs and why? I tried to Google that. I didn't have the energy because it's my break time. Okay? Do you mind, Joodles? Let me just look for a break. Could you do me a favor? Could you Google that? Could you Google that about breastfeeding? And if there's any pictures, can you include me in on that? Okay. That's so funny. Okay, so what have we done? We've done two. Okay. Move the chair, Columbus. Are we all on Twitter? Can we be on Twitter? Okay. All right. I saw a Hendrix t-shirt many years ago. On the back it said, Our Father who art in heaven, Hendrix be thy name. Well, you can do that now. We can do that now in this country. Will we be able to do it in 10 years or 20 years? Will we be able to say things like that? The Chinese were late domesticating cows. They don't have the lactose intolerance we have. Yeah, possible. I'm guessing, Lorna. I'm guessing that if you as you're stopping breastfeeding, you go immediately into a little bit of cow's milk. Okay? Cow's milk, yeah. We're on a break, thank you, Catherine. But we're back. I enjoyed it too, especially during my teenage years. Yes, Catherine. We can all go and eat some carbs now. Yeah. But babies, breast milk, it has about 5%. Cow's milk is 5% carbs. It helps people grow. You wonder why you're fat because you're drinking milk. You should drink. I don't drink that much milk anymore. I have double cheese. I have double whatever it is. Portuguese almonds nicer than U.S. Don't say that. We believe in almonds from California, but they might be nicer. What? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Oh, here it says, here's the answer right here. According to Jan Steinman. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Window capture. Can you read this? Can you see the screen? Can you see what's on the screen? Here's what it says. It says, given those capabilities in any creature, I expect that they too would drink milk after weaning, but mainly because the first two reasons, the many other animals who would gladly drink milk after weaning, they are capable, simply have to use humans to help them. Oh no, this is something else. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out, but I think I might be right. My eldest son, according to Lorna, used to drink fresh milk fresh from the cows, and now he doesn't like it and has water on his cereal. Well, then you're not getting any good out of the cereal. I used to eat a lot of cereal. Even when I was trying to be keto, I would have little bits of cereal. It's not good for you. In junior school, they used to give us a small bottle of milk each day, yeah. And Margaret Thatcher took the milk away. Whatever. Yeah, they should have done that. They did that in America. We loved it. We were starving, most of us kids. It was really good food. Everybody had a glass of milk. So, I'm in favor of milk. Basically. Okay, so we're doing really well today. Anybody have anything to add? We'll stop it at 8. So it's like basically, how many? With 2.5 hours? Has it been 2.5 hours? 7:30, 2.5 hours. Let's see. Tariffs are coming in. Are they coming in right now? Lewis, says Joe. Peanuts often had other substances on them from lack of toilet hygiene in the bowels, in the bars, in the pubs, causing the problem. So they have been removed. That's not the question that he's asking. He's asking, got there in the end. There used to be peanuts on the floor, peanut shells on the floor. But we're asking about America. In America, we used to eat a lot of peanuts, peanut butter. They used to give out peanuts on airplanes. You can't do that anymore. So they basically demonized peanuts. But peanuts it's like they demonized eggs. But I was answering that question. But thank you very much. Big round of applause for Joe. Jim Johnson says, I learned a lot about Monsanto in the USA. Food crops loaded with Roundup weed poison. Not so much in Europe, I hope. No, Europe, I think they're pretty good about this. 43 from Kinsey. Almond butter. Almond butter, peanut butter is toxic. You should not eat ground up seeds, basically. Do people try to feed their pets real food? I give whitefish, chicken, and beef hardly feed any cat food. Well, I was just talking to my friend Paul, Chinese Elvis. Yes, he gives his animal raw beef and the insides of it. Yeah. Fake plant milk is very gad or very bad. It's bad. No, plant allergy is a really dangerous thing. But I think, because plants are dangerous. Is it as dangerous as they say? I'm not sure. But it could be really dangerous. Yeah. Milk is good until you want to go keto. When I was a child, I drank loads of milk. I had great teeth. Dentist says that they are really good. I don't even look after them very well. Yes, but it's not that you're having the milk. It's that you're not having the other things that cause tooth decay, which is a high carb diet. It's a high carb diet. It's a high carb diet. Adam, what do you think about our pet? What do you think our pets ate before pet food was made? Exactly. Whenever I see a fat dog, I go, "Oh, you're on kibble," or as they call it in America. You're on dry food. MJ is not dangerous, Lewis. Probably not that dangerous. I mean, but it's not super dangerous, but I don't think it's good for you. I don't think it's good for you. Thirsty now, gin and potatoes for tea. Yeah. Bonnie Fête Nationale, everyone. Yes, it's the 4th of, is this what it is? It's July, whatever it is. It's Bastille Day. It's Bastille Day. Oh, that story of the woman who was putting her dog on a vegan diet. Animal cruelty. Yes, it is. It's worse. It's even worse than putting your kid on a vegan diet. It's basically making your dog fat and die. And that's what putting a vegan diet on kids is. It's making your kids die. It's murdering. Veganism is murder. That could get clipped out. That could get clipped out and say, Lewis Schaffer says veganism is murder. He hates us. I just don't like veganism. Jimmy Carter was elected on peanuts. Well, yeah, he was a peanut farmer. We all ate peanuts. Skippy's peanuts in America. That's what Lewis Schaffer ate. But, you eat peanut butter. And there was never any trouble when we were kids. Nobody died of a peanut allergy. Had it sometime in the 1990s, there were peanut allergies. My crazy sister is vegan, and so is her dog. This Chris King says, I've slipped him an odd bit of meat, and he loves me. He loves the meat, yes. Yeah, what is Pete saying? Frogs Day, yeah. No, we love the French. We love the French. They used to be on our side, but not, I'm not so sure. Yeah, I love peanuts. I don't love peanuts, but they're not as bad, but you shouldn't love them and you shouldn't eat them. How can a dog be vegan, says Kinsey, for FF's sake? Yeah, how can they be vegan? Skippy peanut butter. Peanuts are grown underground. Anything that's grown underground, you got to be wary of. And they always need cooking. They always need baking. You can't eat them fresh. Skippy peanut butter contains hydrogenated oil, which makes it bad. That's also true. Hydrogenated oil is bad. I had stage 3A kidney disease when I was 53 years old. Okay? So where did I get that from? Hydrogenated vegetable oil. That's one of the reasons you should not eat peanut oil, because even if they don't hydrogenate it, the oils become whatever. Bastille, à la Bastille. Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's Bastille Day. Say à la Bastille, to the Bastille. So that's why we don't eat. I mean, I sound like I'm no fun. It's no fun, but it's not good for you. I fed my kids. Did you eat peanut butter, producer? No. When you were a kid, did I ever feed you peanut butter?
No.
I did. I did feed you that. Roundup or glyphosate is used on cereal and bread and wheat all over the States, Canada, and the UK. Our friend sold agricultural chemicals. He said it was safe, of course. You ever see the video where the guy says, the PR person said, it's good for you. You can eat it. So they brought a bottle in of glyphosate. They said, Have some glyphosate. And the PR guy got so discomforted. He got so discomforted. I love peanuts so much. I climb my neighbors' fences to rob them from their bird feeders. This is what Ruben says. I don't believe you. Same as you can't give dogs chocolate, Kinsey. It's toxic to them. Yeah, and lots of food is toxic to us. Or it's slightly toxic, but it builds up into the fact you've got kidney stones and you've got arthritis and you've got gout. You got all sorts of problems, which is a form of arthritis. Peanut butter and jam sandwiches. Yeah, I grew up on those. Yeah, I grew up on those. I mean, one thing I grew up on, which I ate so much, is the jam and marshmallow paste, whatever it's called. What is it called? The white stuff. What is marshmallow paste called? I forget. Anyway, Ryubion knows the score. What is Ryubion? What is Ryubion? Ryubion. Yeah, we love the French. Maybe, kind of, not really. I don't hate them. They're in the set. Fluff, marshmallow fluff, Lola. There you go. People know stuff. I used to have fluff sandwiches with jam, or fluff sandwiches with peanut butter. It was amazing. If your dog doesn't eat it, maybe you shouldn't eat it either. Basically, don't eat that stuff. And there's a list of food. Hoagies in Philly. You hate to say it, but, that's amazing food. I'm against cooked food, but what is hoagie? It's basically beef and cheese. A hoagie is amazing. Well, that's that kind of hoagie, right? I don't know why it is toxic. I can't remember, Kinsey. Maybe Lewis knows. But I was told it plenty of times. Well, what were you told? For what food? Chocolate, I've heard that too. I've heard it's toxic. I don't know why. Could be toxic for humans too. You shouldn't eat chocolate too much. It's not good for you. I heave too, Pete. That's why my Yankees are 50 stone. My Yankees. I don't know what that means. Peanuts are legumes. I think I spelled that wrong, but all right. Are legumes. The French may not like us, but won't generalize. A story for another day. Alan Hudson says, do you really love the diet, the food, health paper stories discussed on headliners? Or do you think that others would mock your knowledge? I don't know what you mean. Do you really love the diet, food, health paper stories discussed on headliners? I like discussing it here because it's so interesting. How many of us didn't know any of this stuff? I've only learned this stuff in the past few years. Or did you think the others would mock your knowledge? I thought they would mock mine. They wouldn't think it was knowledge. They think I'm wrong, and that's funny. Number one. But two, it's also interesting. Isn't it interesting to learn the things you can't really eat? Even though you say, oh, that's really good for you, and you find out that they've got oxalate, which causes kidney disease. Hey, thank you, Kinsey. Kidney disease. Yes, Joodles, I had 78 grams. I'm going to start the show by saying that. 78 grams is not that much. It's not even 100 grams of chocolate. And it was chocolate from a Cadbury's, whatever that is, milk tray thing. So it wasn't pure chocolate. So many people don't understand nutrition. That is totally true, Mark Thorosian. They don't, yeah. We need to learn this thing. This is, maybe you don't find it interesting, but I find it so interesting. FF's sake, Lewis. I'm ribbing you every time. Every time. You're ribbing me. You know I love you, Lewis. But yet you mentioned 78 grams of chocolate. Who's going to mention Pims? Who's going to mention the 3 tiramisus that I had? I love strong cheddar. I just had a bit of strong cheddar on steak or blue cheese. Yeah, that's great. What about butter? I have just plain butter on a steak. A lot of diet food isn't good for anyone. A lot of food that they say eat whole foods. Every you name something, I'm going to tell you it's bad for you, except for the things that I eat. Humans never stop needing carbohydrates as they are primary. No, we don't need external carbohydrates. We can eat carbohydrates through something called neoglucogenesis, where the liver produces the sugar. We don't need it. Lewis, you were amazing tonight. You're on top form and you look so great with your hair and navy blue suits. Talk soon. Okay. That's really nice. Okay. So hold on a second. Let me what are we looking up? Who mentioned the PIMS? Who's mentioned the PIMS? Did I mention the PIMS? Polish people put jam in their cups of tea. You want to know something? It's not bad. Like yesterday, I've got one bottle of jam, which I've had for a year in my closet. I keep it in my refrigerator. And I put a little bit of jam, 10 grams, 10 milliliters, whatever it is, tiny amount, in my double cream. Because 78 grams gets an explosion every time. Yeah, I mean, chocolate is good, but it's not good for you. How about steak and eggs for breakfast? Well, if you followed me, Ruben, on Twitter, which I hope you do, can you see this? Can you read this? Hold on a second. Can you read that? Lewis Schaffer on Twitter, Lewis Schaffer. You'll see what I had for breakfast, which I have beef and eggs. Sometimes for breakfast I have cheese and smoked salmon. Yeah, it's good. Smoked salmon would be okay if it's wild smoked salmon, but farm salmon I'm not good. And then also, okay. So what are we up to? Mark was going to mention the tiramisu. I'm a liar. I'm a liar with what I eat. I try not to drink. I try not to eat tiramisu. I try not to eat carbs. Oh, my effing gee, says Lorna. I guess that was the Polish people put jam in their. Okay. Kinsey, sounds like a Christmas song. 4 tiramisu, 3 pibs, 2 mac and cheese. I had mac and cheese that day too. I had mac and cheese and 78 grams of chocolate, whatever they were, little candies. Yeah, but you know what I did? I'm going to tell you something. I had all that food, but I didn't eat above the calories that I thought I should have. So I didn't gain that much weight. Maybe I did gain. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Sometimes for breakfast I have cheese. Smoked salmon is great. But you know something about smoked salmon? It's like carbs. It can make you fat because it's cured or whatever it is. It's smoked, and this curing the smoking, it tells the body that you're starving to death and you need to eat more, and it makes you thirsty. That's what salt does. Salt says, holy cow, you're starving, drink more water, and then you get fat. Now I'm sat, this is Leanne, with a large glass of wine watching Queen and listening to my favorite Lewis. That's a real honor. That is really nice. I guess I'm really honored. Timmy. Hey, Timmy. Schaffer, you're streaming great, Yeti. What up? I'm streaming. Which Timmy is that? Are you an old friend of mine? Thank you, Simon Arnold. Ruben, I've had that breakfast. I have had that for breakfast. I did some last Saturday on that in the barbecue again, 10 p.m. Yeah, well, Pete's transport. We got quite a few people who are eating like a low carb, high meat diet here. The American troops during D-Day knew it was on when breakfast of steak and eggs was served. Yeah, because they need the people to get their energy and not to get tired after eating a high carb breakfast. That's true, Ruben. Well, at least as far as I remember, and I take your word for it anyway. No, not posh, but smoked salmon is so nice. I have it scrambled in eggs sometimes, as I do. I used to have that as a kid, eggs and scrambled eggs, or on a bagel with cream cheese. I don't have all that food now. I mean, sometimes I do. It just makes it special. I'm not saying you should go, it's going to kill you and it's horrible, but I don't think you need to have it all the time. Cheese gives you the same delight as drugs, apparently. Yeah, because it comes from feeding the baby. Why are babies always smiling? Because they're getting food? Just food? No, that's a very good point. Very good point. Joodle says there's defo room to shove a pizza in there somewhere, Kinsey. Okay, Jenny says, sounds like me, Lewis. I'm 80% of the time, and I have an occasional blowout. Yeah, but the thing about blowouts is, let's say you have a day where, I gotta fix my my balls and my pants. Okay, that's all fixed. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, please, if you can do that. Anyway, a crazy little thing called love. Yeah, that's good. But if you have a blowout, it takes days to get over it, to lose the weight. And it also raises your blood sugar level and the whatchamacallit, the insulin in your blood. So you try not to have a blowout. Americans had meat and eggs for breakfast till the craze for cereals perhaps started after the 20s. Yeah, well, whose idea was it? Kellogg's, right? We discussed that the other day. Read about the Kellogg's, why they wanted to produce dry cereal, because the head of the Seventh-day Adventists didn't want people to eat meat because it makes you hard. It makes you hard. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Breakfast. Just having a large vodka and a low-calorie lemon mixer. Well, no problem with low-calorie lemon mixers. It's got the fake sugar in it, which raises your blood sugar. It's not that good. I mean, occasionally I do. My son has that. I try not to tell him. What fish is smoked? Kipper. It's herring. Kipper is the process of smoking. It's called kippered herring. There's no fish called a kipper, so it's something else, but delicious, boneless type. Well, yes, Mark, it's a herring, kippered herring, very, very northern. The problem is a lot of the food comes from the Baltic, and the Baltic is very polluted, from what I know. But a kipper is good. But remember, any kind of cured food is better than plant food. But a cured food, it makes you eat more. It raises your insulin level. It makes you fat. I don't know if it makes you fat, but it makes you eat more kippers. And it gives you gout. If I eat too much of that food, my feet, it doesn't swell up as quickly as it used to because the levels have gone down. But kippers are boke. What does boke mean? What does boke mean, kippers, Kinsey? Queen are a great band. Yeah, and he was gay. But I'm a homophobe, so I can't listen to it. Tell me he's not gay so I can go back to listen to Queen. I got that problem with my bits and pieces. Get wedges, Lewis. No. I don't want to be in pain. Arbor Oath Smoky. Yeah, it's from up. They have that up there in Scotland. They've got this stuff. Kipper, and I love him. Kipper, I hardly met him. We already taught you, Boke, Lewis. It means vomit. See, I'm being yelled at. You know who yells at me the way Joodles yells at me? The producer. You know, she thinks I'm such an. She thinks I'm so smart. Sorry, did you hear that in the background?
Yes, I can hear.
I thought you said you can't hear.
Enough to me.
I'm not grateful.
Yeah.
Columbus, my own mother, your grandmother, she said to me, if I never cook another meal for you, I've done enough in my lifetime. I've done enough. I'm supposed to be grateful to my son. He's living in my house for free. He doesn't even slip me 5 pounds. And not that he eats much food here. He's sitting at me. He's sitting at me. Amazing thing about Columbus is he's like no food, and he's anyway. So that's what I'm saying about that. Kipper's from Whitby. Yeah, Whitby, great. That from the old smokehouse at the bottom of the steps. Yeah, brilliant. Yelled at. You yell at me. You Joodles yelled at me. And didn't my son yell at me? Because Joodles think that some of you people, I'm not going to say which ones, you think I'm really smart. I'm not smart. That's why whenever they attack me in the media, the press, I go, wait a second, I'm not smart enough to be attacked. You should attack somebody who actually believes this stuff. Kippers are great. They are great. A round of applause for kippers. A round of applause. I grew up eating that food. That's like Jewish food. Smoked carp, whitefish, gefilte fish. I ate smoked food. It's food that comes from Poland. That's what we ate. And we don't have to eat that food now. We can eat fresh meat because we're rich. We're rich. But boke means vomit in Northern Irish. It's not even Scottish, Northern Irish. I brush my teeth after Joodles. I don't know what that means. But here's the point. Lewis made his kids paranoid about eating any type of food. Is that true? Are you paranoid about eating any type of food?
I'm paranoid about eating any food that you cook.
He doesn't want to eat any food that I cook because I barely cook it, right? Is that what it is? I don't eat really cooked food. I basically fry this steak for 5 seconds on a side. It's all red and cold in the inside. Okay? But, yeah. Because he's been trained by his mother. His mother who taught him to hate me. Taught him to...
Stop saying that.
Stop saying that. Kinsey says the producer is funny. He is funny. Not as funny as his brother, but he's very funny. He's very funny. I remember when I started to do comedy, and they said, do you remember Cher saying, my mother would say, your sister, she's not funny. And your father, she's not funny. And you know who's funny? I'm the funny one. And if you're funny, it's because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This is what my mother said. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And you know who the tree is? I'm the tree. That's my mother. My mother said that. May she rest in peace. You're so harsh with the producer's Joodles. Stop it. And I am being serious. That's what Joodles says. Okay. Leanne loves Bohemian Rhapsody, as we all do. I mean, I used to like it. Then I found that he was gay, and I don't like gay people at all. At all. I don't like... Now, that's going to be clipped out. That's going to be clipped out. And they're going to say, Lewis Schaffer says he doesn't like gay people. And he doesn't like, what's his name? Because he's gay and dead. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway, so the point about smoked fish, I mean, that's a breakfast. Smoked fish is a breakfast. But we need raw food. That's the problem. And every time you eat smoked food, every time you eat food, you're not eating raw food. And I believe in raw food. I mean, I slightly cook the outside of the beef because a lot of times I still cook the outside. But even, I mean, if you, what sound did I just make? Don't forget to like and subscribe, peeps. Thank you, Leanne. And Leanne is going out of her way. She's watching Queen thing. The rest of you people, make sure you're on internet. Whatever it is. Have the best time, Leanne. We want Leanne to have a good time. We don't want her, maybe we don't. I want her to be here with me, Lewis Schaffer. Okay. So my niece, thank you, John Van Dam. My niece had a kidney transplant last year. Why? Why? From what she was eating, probably. Why? Type 3A. Now I'm slightly type 3B. 3B, 43 EGFR. From the garbage that I ate, and I'm not going there. I'm still. Oh, let me see if I've gotten the results back from my test. I'm gonna have to call up because it's the NHS. I mean, they do it for free, so I shouldn't complain about it. I shouldn't complain. I mean, lots of good people work at the NHS, but they could be work. Okay. Oh, here it is. Q risk. This is them saying. It's called a Q risk cardiovascular disease. Will I have either, I don't think it's dying in 10 years, it's having a heart attack in 10 years. Remember, I'm 68 years old. This is the test. It's called Q risk. Is anybody familiar with that? Lewis is repeating himself, or I've done something to my phone. I'm just repeating myself just to make sure we follow this. So here we go. Let's see what the Q risk is. My Q risk has gone down. It's gone down. It's in the normal range. 15% is my Q risk. It's gone down from 18% 2 years ago, from 18% 3 years ago. So my risk has gone down. Q risk, that's what it's called. You want to see what that is? Ask for this the next time. I didn't even ask for it, but ask for this the next time. The people like you, Columbus. They want to hear from you.
Huh?
They want to hear you. Q is a Q risk 2. Q risk 2. Look for Q risk 2. Are you hearing me out there? The Q risk score is a tool used to estimate a person's risk of developing cardiovascular disease. Within the next 10 years, it calculates this risk based on various factors like age, gender, ethnicity, blood pressure, cholesterol levels, BMI, smoking habits, alcohol intake, and medical conditions. The score is expressed as a percentage, with a higher score indicates a greater chance of having a heart attack or stroke. So I have a 15% risk of having a heart attack. It used to be 18%. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else is there. Liver function test. Okay, liver function. Okay, now we're gonna check the. They didn't do. Where is the cholesterol check? Okay, I don't see the cholesterol. Let me check the cholesterol. But my renal thing is up. Oh, that's a bit scary. That's really scary. Can you see that? Can you see the renal function? Let me pull the renal function in before we do it. EGFR.
They can't see this.
They can't see it.
No, you need to go to window capture.
Oh, I keep on forgetting to do that. Window capture. Yeah, window capture. Okay. Okay. All right. You missed the thing that I was reading before.
Then read it out again.
Should I read it out again for them to see? Okay. Here's the Q risk score. Do I need to read it out again? Basically, it says I've got a 15% chance. A 15% chance of having a heart attack over the next 10 years. Or a stroke, 15%. And all the factors that I have are in there. CBC for cholesterol. I'm going to have to say that. I was given supplements once by my doctor, Mark says, for my blood being too thick, magnesium and a little zinc. One of them was a liquid bottle. Yeah, well, I believe in that. Okay, now we're going to look at the EGFR. Let's find the EGFR. Okay. Are you ready for the EGFR? EGFR. What an EGFR, okay? The EGFR, or estimated glomerular filtration rate, the glomerular, whatever those are in the livers. You know when you get a kidney, you get a kidney, and there's white bits in it that taste horrible that you got to basically cut out. There are basically tubes that lead into that for filtration. It's like they're tubes. I think that's what it is. It's a blood test, the estimated one, that's used to assess how well your kidneys are filtering waste products from your blood. Are my kidneys working? This could be a really bad thing because it could say that I'm closer to dying. And then what do? I can't lie to you people. You've seen it here. Okay? You've seen it here. Right? But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. So it's how it works. Okay. Okay. What is the EGFR? Okay. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good. That is not good. Okay. All right. Sorry. Maybe I should have done this offline. So it's mine is okay. Let's just okay. Below 60. Let's say easily up 50. Let's say below 15. I'll need dialysis below 15. Okay. I was 43 in November, and now I'm at 38. I'm at 38. So it's gotten a bit worse. So, well, what do we do?
I think that you need to continue on your diet because that is clearly fixing everything and stop taking the drugs they give you. That's what I think you should.
Yeah, they say take the drugs.
Yeah.
Take the drugs.
Obviously, your diet is going to heal you eventually. You just might die before it does.
Okay, just let our viewers recognize that the director is making a joke. Making a joke. What could be done to help it, Lewis? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. They say a high blood pressure could be causing it. Kinsey agrees with the producer. The EGFR, as you know, he was kidding. EGFR isn't always totally accurate. High protein diet, increased muscle mass, promotes high creatine levels, which indicate poor kidney function. When it really is your kidneys are fine. That is, I always forget that. That's also a possibility. Yes, it is. That's also a possibility. I had a test that was done. Let me get this out on my chart. Hold on a second. Can I just look for this here? It's not bad news. It's 38, but it's not good news either. But yes. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, this is my mail. 4. My chart. Okay, not that. I'm trying to remember what my password is. I'm not going to tell you what my password is. Okay. Anyway, so what do we do? Let's think about what we're doing. It's 38. Okay. Let's read. Everybody stop writing if you can. Can you stop writing? Stop writing. Everybody stop writing so I can read these things. You don't have to stop writing, but I may miss you if you write so much. Right. So Mark Thorosian is right about this. Is because it's a quick test where they measure your creatinine and they divide it by something else. Okay. Here's a good idea, Lewis. Stop obsessing and just live your life. Yeah, because as a guy who's 68, I'm all right looking. I think I'm doing all right. Maybe not. Okay. Too much saturated fats. No, that's not good. I mean, that's not bad. High blood pressure is very bad if you have a kidney problem. But there's also the belief that a kidney problem could cause the high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure since I was a very young child, since I was younger than the producer. High protein diet will mask it if it's not bad as thought then. What does that mean? High protein diet will mask that it's not as bad as thought. I don't know if your diet is going to kill you, Lewis, says Alan Williams. You just might die before it dies. Before it does. What do you mean by that? High blood pressure is very bad for you, says Pete. Kinsey says, FF's sake. Lorna says, Chris King, laugh out loud, let's get smutty. I went to church yesterday with no underwear on, very cooling, sat in the front. Okay. That's surely payback for not good-looking one. Not the thin, yes. Yeah, maybe he's punishing me. He could be punishing me, Joodles. Lewis, back in the room. Take the damn meds, says Kinsey. I don't want to. I don't want to. I got a psychological thing. I know that because my creatine levels are high due to the high protein diet. Yeah, you with me? And I have stage 3A kidney disease. But when I saw the kidney specialist, he said, due to your size and diet, I wouldn't worry. Well, the truth is, my kidney specialist said the exact same thing to me. I said, am I going to need dialysis? He said, no. He said, no. You know, he says no. The kidney regulates the heart. The kidney does some major, major important stuff. You miss Chris King saying you just need a good Joodles. Is that an invitation? Anybody else would like to give Lewis Schaffer an invitation? I appreciate the invitation. Just talking about health, but I want to hear more from Lorna Hutchinson. Yeah, she's very interesting, Lorna. Sorry, yeah. In the front row of church. She was in the front row and she was showing her kazumis. Whatever that is. I just made that word up. Chris said it, Lewis. What did Chris say? What did Chris say? In the front row of church. I'm not going to get you started. I don't ban anybody unless you hate me. So don't worry about whatever you say. I mean, you should worry. You should make sure you don't. There are certain things we can't discuss because I think it'll have a negative impact. But I think you could write anything. But PDF files, that kind of thing. SHO, whatever it is. Okay? I'd ban me. Yeah. There's certain things we can't discuss. I don't even know why we can't discuss it because it's not advertiser friendly. Not that we have enough people. Okay, well that's a bit of a disappointment. I will honestly say this is I'm getting a photograph sent to me. Oh, look at him. Oh my God, he looks horrible. Horrible. Someone sent me a photograph of Paul Saladino. It could just be one of those photographs, right? Eating three, I don't even know what cut of meat that is. But he looks horrible. But remember, he's 48 years old. That's only 20 years younger than I am. Okay. I think we've had a good show. If we had a good show, I'm going to find out whether I should worry about the 38. I mean, I do think about this constantly. But I want to thank everybody for listening to this. Let's go thank everybody. Thank you, Simon and Joodles and Kinsey. And thank you, Lorna. Lorna's been amazing tonight's show. Thank you, Chris King. Thank you, Kinsey. Thank you, Mark Thorosian. Thank you, Alan Williams. You've been great. You've been so amazing. Thank you, Jenny and Jedster, the Jedster. Thank you, Jim Johnson out there in America, in Texas. Thank you, Leanne, who's at the Queen concert. Nothing but brilliant. It's been a brilliant show. Thank you, John Van Dam, for telling us how you got into this. We'll see you tomorrow at 5, I guess. Thank you if you listen to any of the show. And I may not be on the show again. I may on Resonance, but they can't. Maybe they can kick me off here, but who knows? I don't think they're going to do that. I hope they don't do that. Thank you for letting me lecture you about all this stuff, which is, I think, a bit too much. Thank you. I'm going over Mark J. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you to the producer. I want to thank the producer for being the producer. He's lovely. He's not listening in on this, but he's a lovely boy. I got 2 very nice kids, surprisingly. Might be too early to tell, but I'm quite happy. I mean, I was a very good parent in the early days, from the time they were about 5 years old. And then I tried to be a good parent in the second time. I tried to see them every single day. pick them up from school or something. If you're going to be divorced, try to be loving to the mother, or at least not reveal my true feelings. I know I say a lot of stuff about the mother, but I don't believe all of that now, and I never said it when they were kids. I never said it. And I'll tell you something. One thing about divorce is if you fight for your children will think, wow, my parents love me. They're fighting over me. I don't know if I believe that, but that's a possibility. Okay, Wantanai, thank you, Wantanai. Thank you, everybody who's been here, listening in. You've been at Ruben there. I'm just going over the list. Adam Hudson, Joe, lots of really good people. I mean, not a bad person, all good people who listen to me ranting and raving, and yourself. So good. These people are really good. Are they good? My son is playing with his tennis racket. He looks good. He looks good. Steve Cuff. Some of the people don't stay for the full 3 hours. We're going to hunt them. Jim Johnson, we're going to hunt him down and kill him if you don't stay for the full 3 hours. But thank you very much. We'll see you later. Is that it? Hi, Lewis. Let me just see. If anybody signed in, said anything. Yeah. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, everyone. Maltese Phil. You just dipped in and out. You know, if you don't watch the entire show, I'm going to come and kill you. The format I like. I don't think anyone else is interacting with the viewers as much as you. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, I don't feel like I'm interacting enough. I'd like us to be in a room. Are you going to the shop, Columbus, to get your food? He goes.
What do you like?
Listen to this.
Nectarine.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you some free, like your usual order.
No, last time I said don't get me nectarines.
But you said it in a way to get you something.
No, I didn't. It seemed that way.
I'll bring you the chocolate you usually eat.
No, I don't usually. Now he's lying. I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up.